Welcome to A Tale of 12 Gems, our original D&D campaign. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening, and many others, and joining me are my friends Matt, Vincent, Tina, Alana, Kara, and Hannah. We are going to play D&D tonight, but a couple of quick announcements before we do. Last night we had session 0 for our Cyberpunk Starfinder 2E campaign, which will be called Skull Runners. I will be GMing this game set in a homebrew megacity called Seethe. We have Olive, Dan, Liz, we have David, and we have Brandon joining us for the very first time as well. We got to play session 1 last night. And you can see that when it re-airs on YouTube at noon Eastern Standard Time at Alberon RPG. We also have an Instagram. We have other social media where you can see the different things that show up on our table. Right now, just a single base that represents a sewer from last night.
Look at all that potential.
All that potential just out there. Oh, look at that cool. You can't see how cool that dice is, but rest assured, you can if people take pictures at Alberon RPG.
There it is.
We use Sirenscape and Monument Studios music for the various sound effects and sound that you hear, along with some music from Matt. And that is all the announcements that I have for this week.
It's not music.
What?
Not this.
Not this. But it is time for A Tale of 12 Gems. And to Kara for the recap.
Mistfits. When last we met, sans Alana, unfortunately. But she's back. Yay. we had arrived at the tribunal stronghold in Urlach, where we dropped off our lovely cleric and my sister Ralph. Thankfully, the person waiting inside for her was indeed the one she wanted to meet. We'll get to that later. Nora left Puff with her so that she could at least keep an eye on her, because after all, Puff is just a magical cat and nothing more.
Yeah.
As we wait for Ralph to return, our attention is quickly drawn by a burnt, fancy-looking shop that stood nearby. Inside, we met a well-dressed minotaur and his employer, a more sinisterly well-dressed elf, who questioned our morals and whether we were flexible with them. And many of us rolled so low on an insight check for that, you know what? He just wants to know a bit more about us.
Never before has such a sinister character extended so long into a party's trust. That was pretty good.
He didn't seem that sinister. I rolled okay on the insight. He was okay.
Emmy, however, immediately had warning flags go up as we learned more about this potential job that he was hiring us for. To find a small box and take it from the person who stole it from the noble who is having a rough time, and the person who stole it will also have a rough time if they continue to hold on to said stone. He even tells us the name of this person and where to find them. Which begs the question, why didn't he just send the Minotaur after it himself? Because that guy is big and scary. But I guess, hiring 5 random strangers off the street also works. And surely, nothing bad will come of it, since our chaperone was not with us. Love you. Ralph's gonna be so mad. Emmy and Tonki had a heart-to-heart about the situation before we all decide that it is time to go to the tavern. Because surely nothing can go wrong at a tavern named the Soggy Sailor.
Salty.
Soggy.
Soggy?
Ah!
I thought it was salty.
Right again!
That's a whole different place and a whole different city.
Damn.
Onwards, we went to the tavern, and onwards we continue with this recap. As Tonki gets excited to learn that not only is this tavern soggy, it is also the site of the local fighting pit in Urlach where you can fight for money. A thing of which Tonki is very fond of. Because no one dies, usually, and you get a prize at the end. All good. Tonki indeed did get excited upon learning the rules of said fight, and seeing the pot was indeed white flush, signed us up. And as some of us were not inclined to fight, being that we are ultra squishy, we were about to maybe decline when Tuli's eye was caught by the target, as it were. A person not hiding the fact that he stole a tiny box from a very important, very sinister, wealthy elf, and was indeed flashing it around saying he had it made. The smartest thing you can do. And Tuli decided the best thing to do would be to talk him down. And as Tuli made his way across the bar to go and talk him down, the fight began. Tuli was right in the middle of it. As we continued our fight, Tonki had the time of her life with grappling foes and being grappled back, as indeed what is fighting, but just hugging one another with a little bit more gusto, before eventually dropping others off the side of the planks, as indeed this was a floating arena, something which Grimgob needed to be careful about, because if he were to, say, adjust density in one way or another, the whole team would go down, and thus losing us the match. So instead, Grimgob decided to bat around the opponents. Emmy proceeded to be a little bit more of a moral compass for the rest of us, and provided healing to those who willingly signed up for the fight, and less for the one who was a little bit out of range and having discussions with the mildly, moderately inebriated dwarf, who then was on the receiving end of a tracking spell known as Mind Spike that hit him particularly hard.
After having been charmed by Tuli.
It's true. He then realized that his true and one friend was the only one who could keep him safe in this scenario, and trusted Thule with the box. Thule, now in hand with our prize, had a different goal in mind. That of just trying to de-escalate everything because no one is meant to die here. And indeed, no one did. There. As we win our fight, maintain our prize money, learn a little bit about a Captain Bloodhoof who seems to have something mushy about him in Krazan, and surely that won't come back to haunt us in the future. Nora is able to track the dwarf as he runs to the outskirts of town, believing that we will be hot on his heels, and indeed, we are. But just to make sure he doesn't come back with reinforcements. And since Thule's the only one that he saw, and unfortunately, Thule stood between him and his family's security, he made sure that Thule no longer stood between him and his family's security and was knifed in the back.
But dooming himself to never knowing the true location.
I love you like a brother.
As indeed, the gem, which was still on our person, was hidden well.
I hid it real good from him.
We took and hidden in plain sight, as maybe other things might have been this evening. We took Thule's unconscious body to the schwankiest inn in town and fully assuaged their fears that this bloody corpse, not a corpse after all, we're going to take care of him upstairs and need no services. We're good. We availed ourselves of the fluffy feather beds and pillows and baths, and Nora found a new bright side to adventuring. Grimgob investigated the idea of this transmuter stone a little further, discovering that we are in possession of Dispater's transmuter stone. Not one of the 12 gems, but a deeply cursed object. We decide the best thing to do is to get rid of it. And we do know somebody who wants it. So again, we thought he was fine, and Emmy distrusts him, so that's probably not great, but hey, if he's in possession of a cursed stone, at least we're not. And that seems to be our MO this campaign. So as we ponder our life choices, and Nora is about to have a dream, Misfits, this is where we return.
Thank you.
Me not know what ponder mean.
Ask Grim and Goblin.
All of you sleep. But Nora, you, like all others, sleep. And to sleep is to dream. But you are not the only dreamer. You open your eyes after just blinking into darkness, and you find yourself in a vast circular chamber that stretches out around you, wrought entirely of pale, veined marble that seems faintly translucent, as though something soft and luminous pulses beneath the surface. Like every seam within that glimmers with faint flecks of gold is also lit with something magic. The air here is warm and still and quiet. And above, as you turn your attention up, there is a miraculous ceiling that is just an endless night sky. Not truly sky, but a perfect imitation. You see constellations shimmering in slow, drifting patterns, rearranging themselves at the periphery of your vision. The floor beneath your feet is an intricate mosaic, and it reflects the lights of these constellations. You can see just in very shallow relief these little motes of light almost mirrored in the stone. And at the chamber's center, the most prominent feature of this very prominent place is a ring of low marble bed frames. Each one of them is empty, though you see in the surface of several of them faint impressions that slowly rise. At the far end, there stands a doorway of solid marble that is seamless and unbroken like a slab of polished bone, only about 4 feet across, and above it, you read Celestial?
Mm-hmm.
You see the words rotating that read, "Only shared dreams may pass unbroken." Nora, the place that you stand in now is real, but the version of it that you stand in is not. What do you do?
I might as well have a look around. And she, goes to investigate the figures sleeping.
There's no figure sleeping. You just see these kind of beds that look as if somebody has recently risen from them, because even as you walk over, the indentations in these almost like pillowy mattresses are still slowly rising.
Are they warm?
Make an investigation check. You put your hand on them and they are not warm.
I don't like that you also rolled. I also don't like what I rolled there. Maybe it's
There are
goggles.
17 cockroaches.
Flat 10.
A flat 10. As you examine these beds, there isn't much to them. You don't find any warmth. Whatever it is that had left this indentation, not corporeal in nature. And as you look around the space, kind of trying to figure out where it is that you are, the vision begins to kind of fade. Is there anything else that you do?
Nora wants to look up and see if she can pick out any constellations.
Okay. Make a nature check.
Oh, that's better. I mean, makes sense. Nora's looked in the stars, I guess. 21.
Oh. The stars overhead are innumerous, but you pick out very capably a number of constellations that are native, almost all of these native to Mythalstrean. You see the unmoored lyre, a harp that drifts free of its strings, just little dots of stars that drift behind it. You see the perfect mask that forms with just 10 points of light a perfect smiling face. You see the bent knee star, this small, defiant sort of constellation that shines against a whole ocean of other smaller points of light. You see the gentle cage, you see the phase twins, you see the fallen crown, the fractured hourglass. They kind of almost blend together because there is so many of them. And these are all real.
Are they appropriately spaced, or are they just kind of shoved in there artfully?
Take a step to your left and you look. And as you do, in the periphery of your vision, it is like the stars move with you. Not with intention, like they follow you, but as if as you move across this floor, it influences where these points of lights lie. But they're harder to see, and they're harder to see, and before too long, you wake up, and your feature remains an 11. And that is original.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't like that. I don't like that. Cool.
You all awake, having experienced a long rest, but before we get there, let us rewind in time.
Boy, I sure hope nothing bad is happening to the rest of the group.
That's the juiciest thing I've ever seen.
We gotta get that on Insta.
We have to do so
Nice.
many things today.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
The day is ours.
Man, go for it. I'm gonna put the camera
Ralph.
on.
You enter into the Hall of Scales. The door is shut behind you by the two pale cloaks that stand on either side. You have told your party that you will catch up with them later. They have told you that they are going to go find some place to stay, and not elaborated too much more than that. You see at the long end of this hall there is a raised platform with a desk behind which sits Sir Pale Eldras, a human judicant in his late 30s. Broad shoulders, battle-worn face. You can see he doesn't wear polished sort of plate mail or anything. It's worn from use, though kept up pretty well. And currently up on the desk is a prosthetic leg, dwarven crafted. You see bits of iron and leather that attach it to his right hip. He looks at you as the door is shut behind you, kind of closing the last rays of sun behind. And he says, so you've returned to the tribunal, Initiate, Riverkey? Rhymesky? Something like that. Ralph Riverkey, right? The good twin. Ready to return to Ebenseek. No shortage of justice that needs dispensing around here.
It's Reeve, sir. Also, I have questions, and I seek advice.
Very well.
Is now a good time? I don't wish to impose on your duties.
They look around at this long hallway, empty save you and these two pale cloaks who, far from like standing and sort of like keeping a very serious vigil, are like kind of just like chatting to each other and not really paying attention. These are very young initiates. They remind you in a lot of ways. Actually, make an insight check.
I see you.
I can insight. Oh no. I have too many dice here. This normally doesn't have. Natural 20.
That was
What
a
a
roller coaster.
What a start!
You see one of these two pale cloaks, tall, lean, clean shaven. Even as they kind of joke, their expression is pretty severe. The other person is a little bit shorter, a little bit less rigid in their posture. But if you were to just kind of add a couple of years and a couple of pounds, they would look almost the same. These are brothers. Very much like you and Nora, almost exactly like you and Nora. These two remind you of a little bit younger than you guys. But he kind of gestures to this otherwise empty hallway and says, "Now is a perfect time."
All right, where to start? Ralph is just kind of like petting Puff absentmindedly as she just kind of holds him. It's like, first, I heard the explosions. Is everyone all right? I've just returned to town.
Who did you hear about the explosions from?
On the way in, they were mentioned as we are coming in.
They nod and they say, "Well, it's true. There's been a number of explosions around Urlock." Why do you ask?
It's just unusual for things to explode in a continuous manner. They sounded targeted.
Yes. And for that reason, we have sharper tools on such a task.
All right. I just wasn't sure if there were particular machinations going on. I mean, there clearly are, but like, I mean, more directly. Okay.
There is something happening in Urlock, to be sure. But we are not here to hunt. When the perpetrator is found, we will dispense justice.
On that front, I left to attend a funeral, and upon doing so, came across some disquieting information, and I am conflicted as to what to do about it.
Well, what sort of information is it?
I am certain that the one the funeral is for was murdered, and it seems to be connected to some potentially infernal plot. Have you heard of the 12 Stones?
Make a diplomacy check. That is called a persuasion check in D&D.
We're back, baby.
Baby.
They also changed the skills in Starfinder 2E. Oh, those motherfuckers.
They're like, hey, didn't you
all
have a
different.
hard enough time distinguishing between our two properties?
No,
How
not-
about between additions?
Yeah, how about lore?
13.
Okay. With a 13, he looks at you and he says, "I've heard of them, yes. But, Ralph, there is a tool for every job, and this might not be the best thing to look into. These are dangerous things."
I believe that whatever it is, it will be directly affecting my hometown and those I care about the most. I cannot simply let this go. I would like to formally request to pursue this. For
He
nothing
points
else.
over at the door, which has these sort of reliefs of a scale kind of carved into it, and he says, "Do you think that the scale feels? Do you believe that justice is about feeling? It isn't. But if a life has been taken, justice needs to be done. Do not confuse the two."
Something is deeply amiss. I cannot hear the stories of a strange illness coming up from the basin, new forces coming in, and now a suspicious death in a quiet town. Something is unbalanced. I will not be able to sleep if I cannot at least try to find out what's tipping the scale so harshly.
They nod their head. And they say, "Then it seems like it isn't a request at all. This is something that you must do. And when I tell you not to pursue these gems, that is not an order. And I mean this with the most respect. But they have killed far better people than you or me."
To be honest, I only care about the stones so as far as to find out why it has come to our doorstep. I care not to possess them. I only care to prevent them from opening whatever strange thing they clearly were made for.
Or destroying your town entirely.
We wish to go to the basin. Have you heard of the strange illness coming up from those lands?
What a strange illness. But if you think the answer to this murder lies somewhere in the basin, then that is where you should go. We cannot support you in this.
I understand. The only thing I request is that, should I survive this, that I'll be able to return and finish my duties here.
That's the thing about duties. There's nothing to request there either. That is what we expect.
Rob will kind of nod at this, and then, still absentmindedly holding Puff, and just be like,
Puff has escaped your hands.
Oh no.
no.
If you look around, Puff is over by one of the guards who has enticed them over with a little bit of dried meat.
Ralph will just kind of glare gently at Puff and be like, betrayer.
Puff just kind of looks at you, and it's like definitely almost like a sly look back as they eat this little bit of meat.
There's definitely like a tail swish with like a self-satisfied like flop over.
Dang it. All right. Sir Dross, as I pursue this, I must ask. Turn the page in the book.
I must ask you to turn the page.
Sorry.
This is why I thought you weren't smart enough.
Oh no!
You're not wrong. Oh, okay. The only thing that we haven't been able to find any strings towards, but clearly is important, is the name Valorn. Has you ever come across that before?
I believe so. It's an old merchant family out of Portalis. They built much of the low tide market prior to it being destroyed.
Interesting. All right. I'm going to solve, or at least I'm going to seek to bring justice to who was murdered. And I will return, in one way or another. Is there anything that I can do, or anything I can accomplish for the tribunal while I head towards the basin, and most likely back towards Port Talus? There are 2 strings, one in each direction.
Come see me before you go to Portalis. But the basin is well outside of our area of responsibility. I'm sorry that your twin couldn't make it. We could have done a lot for her. But you're doing well. You maintain the balance. And that is all that we can ask.
Thank you, Serax. And I believe Nora's on her own path. Well, clearly she is, but I think it is for the best. Our lives have been interbound thus far, but it is probably inevitable that we'll find our own ways in life at some point.
Did Nora ever tell you why she left?
Not specifically. Just that she could no longer be here.
When you return, I'd like to speak to Nora.
I'll pass your request on.
They nod. Is there anything else?
I've never been to the basin before. All I know about it is that you can always expect rain. Do you...
That's all that you know about it, and you're going there.
Okay, to be fair, there's also war in goblin camps. I know a lot about that as well, but just geography-wise, I know there's probably very little influence with the Anacrean Alliance. Therefore, supplies-wise, pretty bad.
Not much.
Yeah. Outside of just like normal camping things. Is there anything in particular we should think about?
It's a jungle. There is disease just rampant across if you travel through.
That's a good point.
Many species of poisonous frogs, insects, and snakes. So something to deal with that would be important.
Mm-hmm.
A way to sleep and stay dry. There is flooding that happens as the tides go in and out around the delta area. And how do you mean to go?
Well, the person we heard about the explosions from mentioned a boat making their way that way.
So down the river.
Most likely.
Be prepared for an adventure across Conflict Lake.
I'm assuming its name is appropriate.
There's a lot of conflict
Yes.
on the lake.
Is
Goblins, primarily.
it okay? So like warring goblin tribes, not
Yes,
like
primarily.
secret lake creatures.
But if they were secret, I wouldn't know about them, would I? But I'm sure there are dangerous things there as well.
This man.
Ralph is just like, her cheeks are like slightly red as she keeps just repeatedly putting her foot in her mouth just over and over again.
There is a fluffy cat that's just like twining itself in and around your legs and just like,
Yeah.
and also just being like,
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go. I'm going to go sleep. Thank you. I'll return before I leave for the port.
Continue to maintain the balance, Ralph. And they just sort of like excuse you from the hall.
Ralph will just like kind of like stiffly leave and like pick up Puff and be like,
Okay. Aside from Puff stretching to kind of like rub up against one of the pale cloaks who opens the door, you are able to make your way out without any issue.
Ralph Ralph's first thought would be to see if the group was still around and nearby, and if they aren't, she's not gonna like spend the whole day exploring the town to be like, where did they go?
Oh, you probably should.
But what she probably will do is, if they don't return to the tribunal's halls by like roughly bedtime, she'd go to the inns that she knows about, use her twin sense to see if she can ping where Nora is.
Yeah.
And if all that fails, she'll just sleep at the tribunal and then be like, well, if they don't come in the morning, but Puff still exists, they're clearly at least alive. We can hunt them down then.
We're in Portalis.
They're not on this plane.
How is Puff still here?
So you kind of wander around town for a little bit as things kind of draw down. It takes you a little bit because they're not at one of the taverns that you initially kind of go to. Eventually, using your twin sense, you can find your way to where, like Nora, most of the party already asleep within the tavern. And it's relatively early at night when they go to sleep, but they look fucked up. And so it looks like probably it's more of a recovery rest than a sleep rest.
Looking upon their like tired and bloody selves, Ralph is going to pick up Puff and look him directly in the eyes and be like, what did they do?
And Nora begins to dream.
All that you get back is a quizzical. And eventually, if you wish, you can find a long rest as well. Okay. Though, you are up later than most. Make a perception check.
Cool. Hey, that for us.
Inside a what? We're inside of an inn.
13.
We paid money. And
With a 13. You settle to bed with no issue, and you can mark off a long rest.
I hate that for us.
All of you are able to mark off that long rest. You awake. It is the 4th of Claws of Storm. It is a Wednesday for those of you keeping score when you wake up. It's a little cooler outside, probably about 75 degrees, with a little bit of a breeze blowing in, and you all awake within Urlach. Many of you kind of bathe within these beautiful, like, rooms, really, really soft beds for the first time for many of you in quite some time. What are you all doing?
Is this the kind of place where you can have like breakfast downstairs or whatever?
I believe so, but give me 1 second.
Oh, it's a B&B?
It's like a tavern with rooms.
A D&D B&B.
D&D, B&B.
Damn.
B2B, TNT.
Believe it or not, there is not. This is not
Oh.
a place that serves. They have quite a few cool drinks, but they do not have food served here.
No hot drinks.
So when Tonki wakes
Nora
up,
is shitless.
Tonki's gonna check and see if Emmy's awake, and if she is, Tonki's gonna be like, Emmy, we gonna eat breakfast before we go talk to the man, right?
Yes.
Excellent. We go get the others?
We should probably also see if Ralph found us.
That good idea. Okay.
I imagine Ralph just walked into
the inn. There are 3 rooms.
yeah, and we're just like using twin sense and just immediately beelined to Nora's room.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Yeah,
Or-
immediately just,
Yeah.
yeah, very much so.
It's also like a cat ears just being like, whoop.
So what are you all doing? You kind of wake up, you find your way downstairs. You can either eat rations that you have, or when you had gone through the Riverwake Guild Hall, there was a number of like little stands that were not open so late at night, but that you got the sense based on the smells and the various accoutrements probably serve like fresh food off the river. There's a bunch of different places you could go for food.
Nora's like drawn cards for the day, and in combination with the dream, she's just like looking at what is honestly a wild spread, and it's just like, oh, maybe we should stay inside. Oh, you're back. Hi.
Hello.
I think things went poorly, or maybe they went well. I'm a little unsure.
Nora, last night was amazing. And she launches into a play-by-play explanation of the fight, but like from the Tonki point of view. So it's really just first me hug that guy and me drop him off the water, but he didn't go off the water.
Nora knocks on the wall between the rooms. Tonki, if we can hear you, so can everyone else.
Oh no, this is when they see each other.
Okay.
I didn't realize. Sorry. I'll be sorry. Me tell you later.
Are all of you kind of gathering in the sort of downstairs bar area?
Yeah. That's when she says that.
I think before Ralph goes down, she's just gonna like look at Nora and be like, 1,
Yes.
I can go.
Great.
2, Sir Address wants to talk to you. 3, he wants to talk to us before we go to Port Talus.
Do I have to?
I would suggest that when I go, before we go to Port Talus, that you come with me.
I would really rather not.
He's really not that bad.
I'd rather talk to Mom.
You would not rather talk to Mom.
Okay, I'd rather talk to Grandma.
Okay. He's really fine, especially when his leg is off, because then you know he's not intending to get up immediately.
Well, how about if you could make sure his leg was off, then I will come.
Okay.
And if Sir Dickalot is around, I will just say no in general.
If he was there, I'm not going anywhere near that, especially not now.
Why not now?
Oh, because I'm on a quest.
Oh, yes.
We're on a quest now. And that means that I'm not studying. And he's going to be really upset about that. Yeah.
But you won't be fine.
No. But we're on a quest now.
I don't like that you keep saying that.
In what way?
It feels ominous. Honora looks down at the cards.
Ralph will also look down at the cards. No earthly idea what's happening.
Yep, these are cards.
Is this bad?
No, that's really good.
Oh.
But the fact that it's paired with this one is bad.
Oh. Balanced, though.
No.
No?
This is like if the scales were to suddenly go...
Oh. Maybe just put those away for a little bit, and then we can just hope it's fine.
Yeah, that probably works. Maybe I'll just stay inside today.
We do have to go outside.
Okay. Do you need to buy stuff?
We do need to buy stuff.
I'm also hungry. Do you think
Yes.
they have food here?
They better look at this place if they don't have food here.
It's like really nice down here, but it has all the appearances of a really nice bar. There is no bartender at this time.
Twins
in the
are
morning.
upset.
It's fair free action.
Yeah, so now we can convene.
Now Tonki does that thing, and then she's like, come to think of it, me really hungry. You wanna go find food? And she gestures around. She's like, it wild that this place not have breakfast.
I am shocked and deeply hurt that this place has no food.
Nah, I'd rather get something to eat by the riverways anyways. Get some fresh food.
But they smell.
Yeah, like food.
Nora, separates herself and just goes over to whoever's at the front desk.
There's nobody at the front desk.
Nora is even more scandalized. Silas would never.
You can see where the alcohol is, all currently behind lock and key in this little kind of cupboard up and on the counter. Yeah, nobody here. In the
Laura, it's a bit early for a drink.
I was hoping that someone would be here.
Why?
So I've heard that you've dunked people in the river. No one said exactly why we were dunking people in the river.
Oh, that best part!
It's because of the magical object that we had to get so that we could bring it back so that we could give it to the guy so that he
Totally,
could
hold
bring it
on.
over to the
You're,
Dungeon
you're,
Yes,
skipping
and-
ahead, you're skipping ahead a little bit.
Yes, and
Well, that was the reason that we went in the first place, but then I got stabbed.
but that was
Yeah, that was a good
after
idea.
we made 250 gold pieces.
Well, technically it was
we got
before
prize
because
from the
we
fight.
actually went to the Platinum Chain first and met Accountant Rusk, and he was very nice. And then we met Master Quelvalar, who was also very nice, but a little bit sad and wistful, I would say.
Me distrusted him.
But he had true intentions for this matter, which was the fact that this person had stolen a magical object that he did not want us to look at or investigate further, but I have a strong suspicion that it is
Oh, that's right. He was unconscious during that whole thing. Truly, it's cursed.
Yeah, Grimmy told us.
I kind of had a feeling.
Like extra cursed.
Well-
like there's an evil god associated with it.
Well,
Who
transmuted
has
stones
the
are generally
cursed thing?
considered legends.
I mean, you still
and
got it,
myths,
right?
So they're not really something that
moment
would
this conversation
typically be
started,
in
Emmy's out the
existence.
door going to find food.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Emmy, do you still have it? I was going to. We were going to bring
The
it
stone
back,
just
and
walked
then I'll
out the
get
door.
Hear the
some
door
money.
open, and all of you just kind of run to catch up to Emmy,
and
bursting
then
into the street.
and then Tonki's like, oh, and it best coincidence. Me know that word now. It on me word of the day calendar. We got there. There was a prize for fighting.
I don't know if you know, Tonki loves fighting.
So we got to have a fight and get money and find something.
I had a very different experience, and it was not very pleasant.
Yeah, I don't know why you chose to do that. Anyways,
Well,
we dunked people in the river as
I
part of the
wanted to
fighting
try and
instead
help.
of killing them. So
The
Me-
guy
that was
who
part
had
of the fight.
cursed item.
Be sorry you got stabbed in back by you only friend. No, sorry. You his only friend. Right.
that was a great idea. Now he thinks you're dead. He won't come after you.
Very expensive feign death spell using only somatic components.
Are
Thinking
we
back on
sorting
her,
it?
like,
Any more
hard
questions,
drive.
Ralph?
And Emmy,
We're good.
Emmy, are you leading them back to the guild hall?
Yeah, probably. That would-
You make your way to the Riverway Guild Hall. It still just sits on the water. It is just as busy, if not more busy than it was before.
Thinking back to her card draw from this morning, Nora would try to, like, head up to Emmy as fast as she can. She's not that fast. Emmy, I know Tonki's really eager to get some breakfast. I'm not eager to hold on to a cursed object for very long. Could we maybe see if Quelvalar shop's open and get rid of it?
I would agree.
Emmy's gonna reach into her pocket and hand you the box.
I can take it. That's fine. We can go together.
Yeah.
And continue to go find food.
Are there like baby
I'm
stalls
gonna
on the
yoink
way
it.
or something?
I'm yoinking. I yoink.
Nora won't let you yoink.
Why are we fighting over the box?
We're not
Why
fighting.
Emmy not want to hold it anymore?
It's cursed, Tom.
It's not
No,
cursed. The
stop.
box is fine. It's what's inside of it.
No,
Me really
This is
big.
the-
It'd take longer for me to get cursed. You want me to
from,
hold it?
From outside this inn, it is just across a bridge to the guild hall, so it's not very far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
it's the crowded nature of the guild hall that concerns me.
Wait, why don't we just go to the Platinum Chain now?
I would like that.
Okay, let's go.
That first, then breakfast. We'll have a big breakfast, just because we had to wait so long.
Yeah, that okay. I mean, it right there. Of course we go now.
Let's go.
So you
Emmy has
reverse
already,
course.
Emmy's already walked off to go get breakfast.
Yeah,
Okay.
breakfast is
Emmy.
in the direction that we're already heading. The
Nora is
Platinum Chain
detouring
is a
to
different
not have to
location.
deal with the stone anymore.
right. But yeah, but it is right there, right? Like
No,
the
opposite.
Platinum Chain is
It's
a
opposite,
different
but it's
location.
very short, just
We're
across
next
the
to
bridge to get to the guild hall, and
Got
then you
it.
cross the bridge back, and then go over to the Platinum Chain.
gotcha. Okay.
So
Me not go with direction.
So Emmy and Thule are heading to the guild hall.
I was going to the Platinum
Oh.
Chain.
Guild hall, Platinum Chain,
Tonki will follow Emmy.
guild hall.
I'll be following Nora.
So
Platinum
four chain, two hull.
Oh
Okay,
god.
4 chain, 2 hall. We will start with
honestly, we
the
got two chaperones with
hall.
the chaos gremlins, so I think we're good.
Emmy and
Oh, the
Tonki,
Chaos Gremlin.
you make your
Not
way
me,
to
right?
the the Riverway Guild Hall. It is still very busy, just as it was when you had last left it. Maybe even more kind of boats and things kind of moored up along the harbor. Making your way inside, you can see the main floor. The cartographer's counter now is open. You can see a number of maps kind of put up, fresh ink still drying in the sun. There is a number of new sort of little ship tokens behind the counter of the dispatch counter, kind of marking who is in the port at the moment. And then there's all manner of stalls that are serving fried catfish. There are river clams. There are little, almost like a sort of dangerous to eat ceviche because citrus, this much inland, a little difficult to get. South coast, much more citrus. So it's a very small amount of citrus put into it. You probably want to let it sit, but for how long? It's really kind of a gamble. All kinds of like sea and river food as you sit sort of in this almost harbor area.
That smells good, Tonky.
Yeah.
Catfish.
Yeah, you can get just big things of fried up catfish. It tastes delicious. It's incredibly salty. And you can get like a heaping, I would say like it's probably like a copper piece for somebody to eat. It's probably 2 copper pieces for Tonky.
I'm used to it.
But like truly impressed are they by how much catfish you eat.
You have emptied a river.
Is this like a dock kind of situation where there's like maybe picnic tables or something?
Yeah,
Or,
outside,
like,
just outside the guild hall. There's actually an awning that extends over almost to the river, and there's a bunch of tables under there.
We'll get something to eat and go. Wait for them to catch up.
Okay. The rest of you make your way over to the Platinum Chain. Give me 1 second here. This early in the morning, you can see Accountant Rusk is standing outside. Their eyes kind of closed. They're just taking the sun in on their face. You wave. They look
Good
down,
morning!
and
There's a huge contrast between like Thule and Nora as like Thule's like, "Yee," and Nora's like,
they straighten up and they say, "Greetings. Welcome back."
We have the box.
You do not need to talk to me then.
Oh.
And they stand aside, allowing you to enter.
Well, it's nice to talk
I
to
walk
you.
past.
Okay,
And then
you
I go
walk past.
inside.
You go inside as well. Everybody else going in?
Am I allowed in?
Are you going in?
I think if Nora goes in, Ral's gonna follow in behind her, but she looks a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
Well, so does Nora.
We just look uncomfortable.
Give me 1 second here. Okay. So you make your way inside.
my big bad sister, come with me.
All of you can see this elf kind of standing, or not, I guess actually, yeah, standing, sort of smoothing out a number of different documents along this desk that they stand near. The elf, Master Quelvalar.
Good morning, Master Quelvalar.
They look down at you and they say, "Good morning, Thule."
We have the box. It was relatively easy, but I did die.
It's
You didn't die, you just...
I got stabbed. I almost bled out, but I'm okay now.
delighted to hear it.
And I'm fine now.
Same, really.
You have a box.
Do you willingly take this from me and everything it means?
The box isn't cursed. It's what's inside.
Their eyes
it.
narrow at you, and they say, "Why are you saying it like that?"
I've read a lot of things about cursed crowns and swords and gems, and
She's
and-
a bit
and
paranoid.
They
I
look
really
at
don't
this
want to have the
box.
curse stay with me and you take just the gem.
It appears unopened, and you all appear alive.
Yes,
But you know what's inside.
because the... What's his face? What's his name? Your
We do.
Oh,
He was
that's-
talking about transmuter stone?
he was being very open with it, in the sense that he was showing it to people and talking about it.
The box, not
The
thing
box.
inside.
But we were able to kind of intimate what might be in the box, except it seems like it might not be the exact type of thing that it might be, but something like a cursed version?
What he's trying to say is, we know it's the Spader's transmuter stone in there, and we would like you to take
We
the
don't know
stone back.
for sure because we haven't opened
You don't
the
know for
box. But we can strongly suggest that it
I will take
probably
this from you.
is.
Thank you.
I like that there's a
Easy.
constant hum of Julie just explaining it more.
You just see like Nora in the corner like shaking because she's just like, I'm so close to being relieved, and all the fairy tales say if he
They
takes it
take
willingly, I'll be
this.
fine.
And they say, you have nothing to tremble over as long as it remains sealed. It's only upon using it that its true nature becomes evident.
Yeah, but sometimes just holding it could, be bad. Because, cursed objects, sometimes just the curse is around. Also, I read really bad things in the cars this morning, and I don't want
Master
So-
Quivalar, is our deal done?
Oh, yes.
It is.
Well,
May we see your selection?
It isn't so much a selection. I can find almost anything that you need, but I do have a few things on hand at all times. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I didn't print this one out because it's such a small selection.
You
I do.
have the cash.
We would have to come back with you for
Oh,
that.
yeah, I mean, it's more just like
You
placing
should
things.
understand. I try not to keep much inventory on at any given time.
That makes sense, because then they get stolen.
You never know what could happen. And they look at like the exploded ceiling above them.
Nora's just looking at the box.
They snap, and on the desk next to them, this illusion fades, and you can see a roughly it's the size of a treasure chest, but it's just a nice wooden box on hinges.
Nora's instantly changed and interested.
And they crack this open, and there is nestled within, it's like a relatively large box. The entire bottom of it is layered with potions of healing. About 10 of them, just kind of crammed into the bottom. And nestled into the center of these 10, there is a significantly larger potion of healing. You also note off and in one side a little pouch which he picks up, and he says, based on what you've said, and your admirable performance, I suppose we could use these together. And they take one of the 2 sending stones and hand you the other one.
This is our patron.
It is just
Thank
a stone carved with
Does-
glyphs of communication.
Does it have the same invocation phrase?
It does not.
How
It is
dare
not.
you, Joe? Those are magical universal words of power.
How do you activate this one?
boop, boop,
Simply
beep, boop,
press
boop.
the glyph, and you should be able to speak to me, provided I'm available. I am very busy, you know.
Of course.
In addition, in the back, I may have some surplus Alliance equipment.
That's great. I was actually hoping that you could tell us a little bit more about what the Stone Twins were doing for you, or
Not
anything
for me.
or against you.
They purchased something from me.
Oh,
A sword.
a sword. Was it any particular kind of sword?
Of course it was.
At this point, Ralph has been kind of been watching this guy. She hasn't said anything, but she would like to use, she would like to make an insight check using her unique ability.
Okay.
I would like to invoke my special thing.
Yeah.
How do you keep track of all the things?
I
I have
have
them all written down.
just the amount of paperwork that I know I have individually. I am afraid to see what's happening on the other side of that ever.
Times 6.
Yeah,
I feel like
It's-
Joe is a master at Control F.
I am, actually. What was the number?
25.
Woo! Nice.
As you look at this person, you listen to them talk, and something that is almost frightening about them. First of all, as you look down, they are standing within a circle of truth. It is active. Nothing that they have said is false. And you get the sense that you probably will never hear a lie pass through their lips, because that the level of gamesmanship that this person possesses doesn't require that. There is an elegance to the way that they speak that, though it seems pretty simple, when you saw Nora ask them, do they accept this box and all that it entails, that caused them to pause. Because there is significance in words. This is somebody who is an extraordinarily savvy business person. And they don't wish any ill will towards you. In fact, as they hand a sending stone to Grimmy, just free of charge, they've certainly taken on an interest in you. Given how charismatic, bordering on manipulative he is, being in his good graces might actually be kind of dangerous. Not because he wishes you any ill will, but because he will get what he wants.
Okay. Ralph is just gonna watch this go through. Hear that the twins bought a sword from him. And she's gonna think back to, she can remember the weapons that they were wielding when they last saw them.
Yeah, I would say easy enough. It was only a couple days ago.
Yeah.
You remember. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I do not speak false.
Oh, you are in a circle of truth after all.
Self-imposed. My dastardly plan is complete.
So you remember Noah had a rapier. I don't think you got to see them use it a tremendous amount.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see it up close or anything. And then you remember Ryle wielding a greatsword.
Okay. She'll take the 50-50 shot and glance up and be like, a rapier, perhaps?
Very good. Have you had a chance to observe this blade or its workings up close? Have you heard anything?
About the sword that you
Personally?
sold to the stones?
No.
From the sword that I sold to the stone.
No, but he has.
Most certainly he has.
What do you mean?
He was listening to something. No, there was no sound, but he was listening.
Fascinating.
What does that...
Nora.
It means that the stories are true. It means that your friend had a very good deal.
Would it be possible to elaborate on the name of this rapier?
Make a persuasion check.
Nora's best skill.
Nora. It could be.
Dare you. Sorry, that was very evil.
Was it?
6!
You look at him, and for a moment your vision threatens to blur. You almost see different realities, but instead focused on the here and the now. You don't really know.
I'm gonna hold on to that. It's like, what, 8 in the morning?
No problem. They smile, and they say, that is information that would cost a little something extra.
I was worried about that. Like what?
I like all of you, and I want to see you succeed. 25 gold pieces.
Oh, to learn information. You wish not a job, but money.
Yes, as I can exchange it for goods and services.
Why do you need the name of the sword?
Are you looking for more work?
Names are important for identifying what the object actually is.
I believe our hands might be a little full right now. As Ralph will kind of like slide her eyes over the three of us, the group of us, and just be like, should we ever expect the stone to ring in the other direction?
No, I don't believe so. I have quite a few helping hands.
Besides, we need our gold for some other stuff. Speaking of which, he's going to first ask, the Alliance equipment you mentioned, is it mundane?
No, not all of it.
Okay. We'd like to take a look, but also there are some things that we are on the lookout for. We're probably traveling a lot of be good to have a bag of holding. And I start listing off the inks. You know, for Russ could probably know a bit about this yourself as well, but one of these inks, and I'll list off the inks and see which one.
So he will tell you can get a bag of holding in about a week. That's a very easy thing to track down. It might not even take that long. And then what was the other thing that you wanted?
Inks.
Inks.
Tonki's inks.
He has the
Tonki's
list that
inks.
Brannis gave us.
Yeah.
He would nod, and he would say, I'll need to do a bit more research on that. I have a friend who knows a thing or two about tattoos. Let me see what we can do. Is there anything else?
I'll look to the group. Anything else?
Is the offer only good for today?
Which offer is this?
Information for gold.
No. I'm a merchant. They stand up. They kind of snap their fingers, and this illusion kind of takes the chest again, and they disappear into a back room for just a moment, and they return wearing a simple tricorn hat over their head. They are also carrying a steel shield from the Searwind Steel Company and a short sword that is polished and imbued with elvish runes. On both shoulders, kind of slung across, they have these two messenger bags that are decorated with the Anacrean Alliance sigils, each of which seems to have a couple of bottles and different things attached to it. But he sort of plops it all down on the table, and he points to the shield. This is a magical shield, imbued with magic etched into the backing by the Searwind Steel Company themselves, one of the finest pieces that you can find. And mechanically, this is a +1 shield. The sword that is etched with elvish runes is a +1 short sword. And these two bags are each one surplus Alliance Guard kit, which each come with 2 potions of healing, 1 signal flare, 1 med kit, and 2 daggers.
Do we get a sense of how dangerous/unusual it would be to be seen with one of these embroidered bags?
For free. It's not like out with everything else for a reason, probably, but make an insight check.
17.
Probably pretty unusual. The kind of Alliance Guard kits, that is a little bit easier to come by, and people probably sell them when they leave the Guard and the Alliance. For the short sword and the shield, people don't just like misplace magical weapons and armor. That's that will definitely bring questions about. Yeah.
The hat? You said he also wore a hat?
Ah, yes. And he takes the hat, he touches the brim, and as he tips it just a little bit, his face changes to yours, Grimgob. And he says,
Handsome fella.
If you say so. This is a hat of disguise. It's helpful for many people performing jobs similar to the ones that you all seem particularly apt to.
Well, not quite apt, just
And he back to his own face.
lucky? Not luck, though.
He removes the hat and puts it on the desk. Are any of these of interest to you? The hat is 450 gold pieces. The shield 300, the short sword 350.
The kits?
300 each.
Oh. No.
Not at the moment, but if we come up with gold in the knee, we'll
We're
come
still
back.
relatively poor.
Well, do you need work?
Well, it's gonna be my next question. We're gonna be headed to the basin soon. But do you have any jobs for us? Either here while we're in town or in the basin?
Well, you mentioned that you were looking for a bag of holding. And as it happens, there is a customer in Port Tallis who ordered the very thing. And it never arrived. And if you could find that for me, at the very least, I would appreciate it. And I could send something similar to Port Tallis to await you.
you have any leads on the missing bag?
The missing bag?
Sorry, I might make sure I understood him. He wants us to find the bag that went missing?
Yes.
Okay.
Who was supposed to deliver it?
A courier. Someone similar to all of you. An adventurer, I suppose you could call them.
What? Did you contract with them specifically, or did somebody else?
With them specifically.
What did they look like?
Not an awful unlike your tiefling friend over here. Sort of friendly looking. A little bit shorter. I don't believe they had horns.
Did they have a name?
Yes, but we're venturing into the territory of things that I probably shouldn't give out.
I don't mean this with any disrespect, but a tiefling without horns who looks like Thule.
I didn't say they were a tiefling, but they do
okay,
look
a person
a bit like...
who looks like Thule with no horns and is friendly isn't a whole lot to go on.
Oh.
Well, they will likely be dead, and they will look something like your friend Thule.
And be deceased.
And were they on their way immediately towards Portalis?
They were, along the Anacrean Low Road, and ideally would have stayed along that safe passage. I can see a world where they may have tried to shave off some time.
Where would they be originating from?
From here.
Oh, to
When?
Portalis.
Correct.
When did they leave?
Maybe a day ago, a little bit less.
There is a manticore in these parts.
Well, that's unfortunate, but this is why I had them take the canyon.
I see.
That's where the manticore is.
The one that I am thinking of is far too large to fit in the canyon effectively.
Well, that's terrifying.
Is there anything specific about the bag?
Well, yes, of course.
Was it like uniquely embroidered to them?
It's magical.
I apologize. I know they're not the most unusual item, but they are also not so unheard of to find more than one in your lifetime.
Of course. It is magical. It is green.
Green.
There is gold embossing around the edges of it, and it looks very elven in make.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Was there anything else?
Thank you for your time, Master Kovalar.
They nod. If you need anything, please get in touch, and once I have located these inks, or at least found a way to obtain them, I will let you know. And you all make your way out?
We leave.
Okay. You make your way back out into the street.
On our way over to the... Well, we should probably find the others. On the way back to the Riverway. So Ralph, we have a lead on where to go into the basin. We found a merchant. Vincent forgets his name. What was the captain?
Oh, she was there.
I was there.
Oh, you were there for that?
So like
Yeah,
I forgot.
That was the
Yeah.
week before last.
yeah. Was
You're talking about Fergoni Mar.
Fergoni Mar. All right.
yeah, as we walk away from the platinum chain, it's like, well, we know where that bag is at least. Or at least where to start.
That's
Wait. Where?
in the canyon.
The screams.
Oh,
It's probably with the gnolls by now.
that makes sense.
I thought we were just giving him the box and then trying to get information, which we didn't get, and then you all seemed way more interested in it than I actually was that entire time. So
Interested in what?
I thought that Quelvalar might be able to tell us more about the stones, but you seemed more interested in the items that he had, which we couldn't really afford anyway. And now it seems like it's good that we can call him, but we still don't know anything about why the stones were there, or what's going on in the basin, which was also kind of what I was hoping he could tell us more about. Yes.
He asked for 25 gold for the name of the sword.
Well, yes, but that was also after he gave us a reward for returning the cursed box, which we could have probably just gotten information for instead, which
What
again
was
was
the
what I
reward we got?
had originally been planning to exchange with him when we
The
had
reward
first
we
spoken.
got is just a stone that promises more work for him in the future.
Seems like we got access to something we wouldn't have had before. Now, I was not there when the original deal was struck, but correct me if I'm wrong, if now that we have the access, we can go and ask those questions more specifically. And I do not wish to speak for everyone here, am hesitant to ask too many pointed questions to someone whose tongue is so silvered that he will talk circles around us and we will be glad for it.
Well, that's generally why I wasn't speaking very much during that entire conversation, was because the first time I could kind of tell he is an honorable man to an extent, but he is willing to bend the rules, which is kind of how we were able to get into conversation in the first place.
Honorable's a word.
Well,
He will honor his word.
that's a good way of putting it, Grimgob.
Let's meet up with Tonki and Emmy.
And at that point, you kind of find your way over to the Riverway Guild Hall. It is busy, but not so busy that you have not formed like a small little ring of people just like watching Tonki just plow through this fried catfish.
She's
And
on her
people just-
fourth one by the
Yeah.
time.
Give me more shrimp! There's like a little kid running back, like, oh, she needs more! But yeah, it's a sight.
She bit my finger!
You were all back together.
Look, Krill.
As soon
is
as
that
she
catfish?
sees them, she waves her big meaty hand and she's like, catfish! With her mouth full.
I go over and start eating stuff.
Grimmy, you're gonna love it.
Right out of her mouth.
Me not a bird too.
Yeah, so for a copper piece, you can eat a very, if somewhat heavy breakfast. Very
For
fresh,
like the
tasty
lightest thing possible. And she's like,
Light catfish.
everything is fried.
Everything is
Everything
fried.
is heavy.
Yeah.
I might puke.
I would say you can get like raw fish and like cook it yourself.
Raw and wriggling.
That's totally got to be the fishmonger now.
Would you like to buy some fish?
I don't think so.
In addition to the food, you can see the little map counter, the counter with all of the different boats. You can see there is all the various places with food.
You said map counter.
Yes,
Is there containers for maps?
there are.
Are there any very protective ones that I can purchase?
They all see you. You kind of walk up to this counter, and you do see the little containers. They're like no more or less protective, but they're all like relatively protective. They're not going to protect it from like a fire.
Okay, so there's no,
You're not-
because
there's no
like I've
pelican
already
kiss.
got like my fucking mail tube.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that's gonna be like magically protective in any way.
No,
Okay, I don't
Fire
need them.
resistant box.
Yeah.
you just see a couple of different maps.
Okay.
We made a copy of it yet? Did
Um,
we just make a copy in
of what?
the map?
I mean,
You have a map already.
Nora's been working on.
We have a
making
borrowed
copy of
map.
it.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about? Maybe I'm
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
he's protecting
I'm talking
it.
about the
Getting like a case for it.
the
To
map
keep it protected well.
safe while we use it because it's still like it's in a case
Oh,
the whole time.
Right,
I've
right,
only-
right.
we're
So
only taking it
Tonki
out.
is like, well, we know we got to use it now, but why don't we make copies so we can give it back to Slias next
Well,
time we
the
see
plan
him?
is to
Nora
always
holds up
give
the
it back.
small corner that she started, and she's like, "It's just gonna take a while."
Oh,
It's pretty good so far.
that's both
Thanks.
Tonki and Hannah realizing.
You holding up
st-
this map in the middle of this kind of
No.
The one that
no,
she's
no.
drawn.
Yeah.
I have the map.
Where it's just like
Safely
a
in the
white,
tube.
a white
Do not
sheet
take
with
the
like
map out.
Mistridge in the
We're
center.
not talking about
So
that.
I would say like all the way across, kind of standing up on the counter and straightening up some of these maps. Tula, you're like up at the counter kind of looking, and this little gnome with curly red hair, bright chubby cheeks, shining blue eyes. He's about to come up to you, Tuli, and he's just like, "Oh, these are lovely containers if you'd like one." But then he sees you holding up this piece of paper and his eyes just like dilate. And he goes, "Is that a map?"
Not yet.
Loves maps.
He just hops off the counter, kind of stumbles a little bit, but then runs over to you, like weaving and bobbing amongst all these other people. And he just jumps up and goes, "Are you a cartographer too?"
No.
Oh. But are you trying to be one? It's all about the pursuit, really. You can't become perfect at making maps.
Oh,
I am a master at making maps myself, you see, and I'm still not perfect at it. It still takes me a long time to make them, and that's quite good, but if you continue at that pace, I don't feel you'll ever get it done.
No, I was concerned about that. We just...
Would you like me to make one for you?
We don't have much money.
Well,
Thus
what
the
is
drawing.
much money?
Nora's like, I have maybe 6 gold to spare?
Oh, you really don't have much money then?
No.
I'm very sorry. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And
It's
then-
gonna take a while.
Just straight up back to the map counter.
Well, he's not going to be like, if you go find this person and kill them for me.
He is a small man. So, anything else that you all want to do?
Oh, well, you had mentioned you had wanted to find some rings? Are there any jewelers in Orlok?
Ralph's gonna think about it.
Strong. You know about the castle, you know about the mill. The platinum chain, you could probably get custom ordered things in. The only place, there's not really like a jeweler's. I would say the only place that might have, are you looking for like jewelry or gems?
Rings.
Rings?
Specific rings for a specific spell.
Maybe the Wildgate Apothecary, but outside of that, there's not a ton of like magic-y places here.
They would not need to be magic per se themselves. They just are a component.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But of places that you might buy components, that's typically the place that you would look.
There's an apothecary's we can try, otherwise we will have to special order.
Oh, that could take time.
Can that tribunal not supply you with rings?
The tribunal, I have been allowed to leave. I hesitate to ask for more than that because it is not like a tribunal ordained thing.
I understand.
Tonki, with her mouth still full, is gonna be like, not super loudly, but like leaning into the group, be like, so we got money now. We need to go shopping, or
I intend on stopping at the apothecary, but
We are.
what is the plan?
That's my question.
we are thingies for your spouse.
Are
We
we
don't
in a
really
public
need
space?
much, but
Yes.
Okay. Should we find a place more private to talk about our plans?
I mean, not being private enough.
No, you are. It's just this is not really a public. There's a lot of people around.
Maybe
Are we leaving today or no?
I thought we were leaving in a couple of days.
I think we should leave as soon as possible.
I mean, you said we gotta go pretty quick, right? To investigate?
Not necessarily the case, but
Maybe we find things we need for cool spells, and then like see what time it is.
Mr.
So
Pantonis
it operates on vacation.
generally says that haste makes waste, and I think if Emmy wants to be proactive, then we should probably try and get all of our errands done today so that we can leave as quickly as we can.
I can agree with that. If the apothecary has things like incense as well, I would be looking into that.
Good chance.
I can only bring Puff back once right now. And after the Knolls, I'm not certain that I have enough.
That does bring up a point. I asked a little bit about the basin, and outside of the general knowledge of it's outside of the tribunal's purview, as I expected, the point of many poisonous things was brought up. We should probably bring something to help with that.
Oh,
yes.
Me
the
got
basin.
poisoned that one time. Me did not like
There are
it.
many species of poisonous creatures in the jungle.
You guys want me to tell you about the basin?
That would be great.
Yeah.
And the poisonous creatures, probably.
Frogs.
Does that mean we
snakes.
need antidote for every single creature?
I hope not. Frogs, snakes, and bugs were mentioned.
Alright, so let me see if I can remember my the stories that Ma used to tell me. So the basin is a vast tangled region of marshy river deltas, silk-choked waterways, and moss-draped ruins where civilizations has long since drowned, and where goblin warbands now thrive in constant chaos.
Oh, sound
Somewhere
like
in
you're kind of
Mistridge, somewhere in Mistridge, your mom is just like, my boy!
It is a land where the ground sculptures with every step and the mist never lifts. It is just always wet over there. So you got your bog hydras, your swamp wyverns, your giant leeches. Those are kind of gross. And also the warring goblins. There's those that you'll have to worry about. There's lots of rivers, and the currents constantly change with the tides and seasonal floods. Rainstorms just come out of nowhere. You gotta watch out for that and make sure you're ready for the rain. Everything is usually submerged. You'll see. They used to talk about a lot of remnants of old civilizations that you'll see just all drowned beneath the swamps, not in the rivers. There are, I think now I know, 5 clans. So if you see giant toads with goblins on them, that's the Maya Pact, the Maya Claw Pact. So they're amphibious goblins. They ride giant swamp toads. Pretty cool. And then use poison tip blow darts. So that's more poison you gotta worry about. And they have shamans that claim to speak with the spirits of the drowned. If it smells really bad, you're probably getting attacked by the Rotfang Scourge. They're brutal scavengers who worship decay. Their bone-armored warriors harvest rotting beasts to create weapons and armor. If it's really quiet, then you're probably about to die by the silt knives. They're cunning assassins who control hidden river channels and floating trap rigs.
Is that your mom got him to go to sleep every night? It's just,
No, it's just wanting some chaos. That's why he's like
Or it's
this.
just like, Grammy, did your mother write a travel guide?
I don't think so.
She'd
I don't
be
remember
really
if she could
good
read
at
or
it.
not.
My mom never told me these stories. That's so unfair.
Last thing. If it's really, like, clanky, then that's probably the God Clankers. They're inventive but deranged tinkerers who craft steam-powered skiffs and explosive frog mortars. A lot of explosions, so,
I'm sorry, did you say explosive frog mortars?
yeah!
What's a frog mortar? Is it literally like a frog?
I don't know, I didn't even see one, I just heard stories.
Me hope it like a frog.
I hope it's not like a frog, that poor frog.
frogs are
Probably not.
involved.
Probably not, I don't know. And then the last one, rumors of a new clan called the Verdant Coil. That was the one that the captain was talking about. We don't know much about them, but I don't know. Something doesn't sit right.
They're slow, is what he said.
No, they're quiet.
Oh.
Too quiet. That's...
So, what I'm hearing is that we are poorly equipped.
Yep.
We should probably fix that.
Yes.
Should
Shopping?
shopping.
Hooray!
So as we consider this shopping, it is 8:30 and a perfect place for us to go to break. But before I do, based on the interest that you have all provided, it sounds like you'll be going to the Wildgate Apothecary. And you may be going to the Ironbow Armory as well. If you do end up ever deciding that you want to spend some money on maps,
Well,
that is the price for the Riverwake Cartographer.
thank you.
Weapons. Armor.
And
Scrolls.
because it is 8:33, we are going to step away for a quick break. The players will have a chance to peruse some wares, and then when we get back, we could do a little bit of expedited shopping. So there will be a countdown
Thanks,
on your
Joe.
screen. We will see you at the end of it.
Bye.
Thank
All right.
you, Expedited.
Back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, thank you for joining us. We're playing D&D, and now you're a part of it.
That's disgusting.
What?
It's a color and it's quite sticky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
It's
sticky.
a color.
Oh, you haven't touched them before?
No,
Oh.
It's a color.
it's
Yeah.
a color.
Yeah. No, the color is not the best.
Yeah.
We're looking at some peach rings that are otherly.
Do not sully the name of peach rings.
They're actually really good tasting. It's a texture that I can't really get past. But when we left off, you had all decided to engage in a little bit of shopping.
I want a potion of water breathing.
So I gave the players a couple of little menus for the Wildgate Apothecary, along with the Ironbow Armory. The Wildgate Apothecary has a lot of like healing items. It has a lot of kind of druid shifted things. There's a number of potions and spell components. There's some scrolls there as well. Was there anything that you guys wanted to buy while you were there?
From her own funds, Nora's buying a thing of find familiar components.
Okay, that is just 10 gold pieces.
And then from the group funds, we are buying all of the antitoxin and 3 healers kits.
Okay, 9 antitoxins and 3 healers kits.
That seems like a lot.
Fantastic.
I mean,
We burned through almost half of the one I brought from home.
yeah, and we want
And
Emmy
it was
to
a
have
single day.
Me want Emmy to have as many healers kit as Emmy want.
Anything else while you're there?
I'll take a potion of water breathing.
Okay, you can mark off 10 gold pieces for that potion of water breathing before you undertake this water adventure.
Just me? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I can afford one, right?
That's 6 gold.
6 gold?
10.
Oh no,
Yeah.
6.
Oh,
6
6.
of them.
There's 6 of
I
them.
can afford
Weird.
Maybe all of us should have one.
water
6 of
breathing.
them.
There's 6
There's
of
6
us.
of us.
6 of those.
Yeah.
That can't be a coincidence.
So with
Tonky will buy one.
with that, like seeing like everyone wants one, Nora just like tells Tonks to take it from the party funds.
Okay.
Okay, so 60 from funds and
60
one
from the funds.
one potion for all of us.
Tonky has the money mechanically, but Nora has been the treasurer. Is that
Nora is treasuring.
okay? Cool. Just checking.
Okay.
Everybody gets.
I'm buying
potion of-
personal funds, some perfume.
Okay, which one?
The more expensive one, the sea bloom distillate.
Okay, yeah. This is a little bit more natural. It smells like the ocean, crust mint, and faint citrus.
Ooh, I would want some of that too. That
There's a
sounds
second one if you want
How
it.
much is it?
3 gold.
Oh,
does sound
lovely.
nice.
I would get 3. Yeah,
You
I
buy
would
both
get-
of
Me
them.
male friend's gonna smell so good.
How much was the?
Good find, Grimgob.
You all got 10.
It's gonna smell good.
Mmm.
And the armory does have a back to it as well. Lots
I think
of armor.
I said they had javelins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have javelins.
They
a couple
do.
more.
They're simple javelins. There are 8 of them for 3 silver apiece.
Does anyone have herbalism kit?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yeah, the only other thing
I'll
that's-
get some javelins.
Yeah, the only other thing that's
And I
on
have
any of these
4,
lists
I'm
would
just
just be
trying to
more
decide,
rations.
Okay.
I'll
So-
get 2 more javelins.
I would say
So-
you can get rations from the apothecary. Give me 1 second.
Standard going rate.
Yeah, we would need like
that the
3
same?
gold worth.
Right?
So yeah, like 5 silver for a day's worth of rations.
I noticed that these didn't have any Paragon pieces on them, or there's not
That is
any in
correct.
town.
That is correct.
It's rough out
You had
here.
actually been told that
Aw, bud.
directly.
Oh, this
Do we know
Could've been
how
a
many
lie.
days it would take us to get to Fort Pincers?
You don't. I would say Grimgob, make a survival check. And
Do I
make it
get
at
my
advan-
thing?
Make it at advantage.
Hell yeah! I love it when I get my thing.
Survival.
One day Tonki's thing will come in handy.
17. What does 17 goblin points get me?
With a 17, I would say you're not like 1,000% sure. You haven't been to Fort Pincers before. You've only just recently heard of it. But you imagine it will probably take you at least
I'm getting both of the perfumes. It's another gold.
at least 2 days to get to and then partially across the Lake of Conflict. And then an additional day to get into the northern basin proper. From there, you haven't traveled across the river or through the jungle. That's kind of unfamiliar territory. So you have no idea. And it probably depends on whether you take this river barge all the way there or if you have to get out and walk on foot a certain distance.
So Nora would get 7 days worth of rations with the party funds, which is 21 gold.
Okay.
Also, Grim is gonna exposit the quest that we got regarding getting a. My understanding is that he would give us a bag of holding if we were to find the missing bag of holding.
Similar object.
Yes, similar
Okay.
object. So you imagine not a bag of holding, but something akin to one.
Okay.
It's gonna be that handy haversack.
Yeah, and
And if we don't
After-
go for it now, then we maybe should do it on the way to Port Talus.
yeah, it sounds like that canyon attack is why it's late.
Yeah.
Do you exposit the rest of what happened there as well?
Yeah. If you ask.
So, Grimmy, what happened there anyway, besides getting sent for a bag in order to get second bag? Bag on bag?
It's gonna take out the sending stone and say, I think we have an employer now.
Employer means money.
Yeah, he'll have jobs for us. For money or other things, like the one for the bag. But,
This the same man who was sort of a little evil?
Evil is a very stark way of determining
Yes.
someone's morality.
But seeing
I'm
Emmy
with Tuli on
nodding,
this
Emmy
one.
will say, yeah, me get that. Me not know if we should take jobs, but money can be used for goods and services, so.
He may not keep to all the laws of man, but
Me care about the laws of man, Grimmy.
he'll keep to his word.
I
Yeah, but
don't care to do jobs for him.
Well,
However, if it means serving those who were attacked, if people wish to go, I will go as well.
the greater good. The greater good. Yeah, we've seen that play too. Okay, Emmy. Yeah, me understand.
He is a dangerous friend to have.
We're like in the main room of the tavern, right? Like the inn, right?
Sure.
Sure, we are now.
That's what the
Make your
kids
way
at the
back.
academy said about me.
They're right.
Yeah, you killed me at least 3 times by now.
Nora distributes 7 days worth of rations to everyone, so they can all carry their own rations.
Oh, thank you, Nora. We try not to eat it all right now.
Things to remember.
It's gone.
He also does sell information for money. So if we're ever truly stuck, or we have a particular amount of funds, we could probably get a good amount of information.
The Nintendo hint line.
Also, knowing that he sells information implies he also buys it.
Well,
That's a good point.
Things go both ways.
or people walk into his shop and willingly give him information with their questions.
Right.
Oh, you mean
but
like by accident?
we are also going to a very unique place. I think we should keep that in mind.
Every place is unique if you really consider it.
Thule, we're going to a crab fort.
Me just want to make sure me understand you, Ralph. We not say anything unless he pay us.
Yes.
At least me not say anything unless someone else in this
We
group
should be
tell me to.
mindful that there is a good chance we could ask for compensation before making casual conversation.
Well, it's a good thing that we could also never interact with this person ever again if we decide to.
Me be happy with that too. Nice to
And
know we have
so-
options.
Where are we going now?
I think it's best if we follow Emmy's direction. She did seem kind of concerned about the basin, right, Emmy?
I'm concerned about the illness. The fact that it was that close to Mr. Ridge, it's spreading.
Our only lead right now into the basin is Fort Pincer. Trying really hard to say the right name.
There you go.
Fort Pincer. Is that adequate, or did you want to go somewhere else in the basin?
I don't know enough about where it started or even what's going on there. You probably know more than I do.
I do want to see a whole fort made out of crab.
So, for my purposes, the fort serves as good a place to start as any.
And it seems like whatever's happening is likely a source of some very powerful magic, whether or not that is related to...
I wonder if the verdant coil is related to the illness too.
It is
Totally.
a worrying coincidence.
Can you please stop saying that word when we're in public?
Well, that's why I whispered it really quietly. And also, there are lots of gems in the world.
Tonki's gonna look around. Is there anybody else in here with us?
Still having returned to your kind of home base, still about 10 in the morning. Nobody has come down to, like, mine the bar, so it's pretty quiet down here.
And
Oh, we're in the bar
she
now.
nods
Yeah, we've been at the
sagely
inn.
I thought we were still in
for
the-
his wives.
I thought we were in the riverway still.
No, we're in the inn.
You guys
Oh,
made
yeah.
your way back.
No.
This is after your shopping trip. You're unloading your bags.
You're
You're,
a bit
thank
paranoid,
you.
Grim
Yeah,
Goblin.
Tonki's like,
you're trading your candies.
Grimmy, me think you right. No say the word at all, just in case.
I mean, Thule was saying it a whole bunch earlier when we were out in public.
Well,
So I think we just need to be really careful about...
Just, like, once, and...
I think as
again.
long as we refer to them as some gems, I think we could be fine. Because I don't think...
I
mean, to
think
be
it's a
honest-
little more strange to be reprimanding someone for saying the word gems in public. That's a little bit strange, to be honest.
That's the point I was going to make. If we're too careful about saying things about stones and gems and we get really nervous about it, won't someone see that as well? And that could also be something that people notice.
You need to start a cover as gem merchants.
Plus,
Maybe it's best
That
just
might
to
also
not
help
talk
our
about the
relationship with
topic
Mom.
unless we in private, because even if we say word, it'll be in context.
But
And the context is the bad part.
But Tonki, what if we need to buy gems?
Me think that not what Grimmy talking about.
I
I-
think Everyone needs to stop thinking as hard as they are. And we should just go in whatever direction Emmy chooses.
Why did I suddenly become the decider in this?
Well, because, you are
I agreed to come keep you alive because you want to go find Serax's killer. What is the purpose of this? What are we going to do when we find them? If we find them?
I think finding the killer is not necessarily the true goal, but is the thing we are seeking because it's the best words we have for it.
Then what are we seeking?
Something is wrong.
Yes.
I believe we can all agree something is truly wrong. The death of Serax, I believe, is a side effect of that. It hurts to simplify it that way, but a greater machination is at afoot here. I think Serax may have accidentally touched on something and paid for that with his life.
Absolutely.
I just
So on this surf. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. What were you gonna say?
I was just kind of surface level. We're gonna bring justice to whoever killed Serax.
And in the process, we'll probably come across more answers that will perhaps give us other things to do.
We can help our town in a lot of ways. That's why it's so important to go to the basin, Emmy. It not that you the decider, it that you've realized that illness, bad, come to Mistridge, come from basin, go there. You're right about that. That's why we want to go to the basin, because you're right.
And I'm not saying that that's wrong. But this started as a quest to search out Serax's killer, and then all of a sudden, because of these other things, what are we getting ourselves mixed up in? What are we doing?
Something that could kill us.
Yes, something that has already killed our friend.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about bringing justice or finding the killer. I just want to know what he was doing.
What if he was trying to stop something evil, and we can stop the evil thing?
That's a good point, Tonky.
I want to know why he didn't talk to us.
So, what is the grand goal of the basin?
Find the Dirge Moon.
To what end?
Because we think it's related to the illness and to Serax.
I don't know about that. I just think that it's a good stopover before we continue searching out more information. I agree with Tonky and you. I mean, this illness so close by that spreads so quickly and causes a lot of devastation to what might be the heart of everything. Seems like we should do something about that before continuing on.
So we go. We, converse with those affected, get more information.
When you say those affected, I thought you said it was an illness affecting people or the wildlife?
Everything.
Well, and regardless if it's affecting people, wildlife, or flora, that's going to just impact everyone. If it's just the creatures, then that throws off hunting. If it's the flora, that throws off food, supplies, and other ways. If it's every potential sentient being, then will drive everything further into chaos. Regardless, things will be affected. But right now, I think we are too far away from everything to know any specifics of any of this. No matter what path we choose, we're going to have to get much closer in order to really understand what the point of it all is. We chose the basin, or it seems like we're choosing the basin, to suss out how quickly this infection is spreading, and to figure out if it is something that we can do anything about, or at least get enough information to properly warn, to allow people to prepare. Would that be fair to say?
Whatever we can do, I think, and it's in the area's best interest to find the source if we can.
And what if the source is at the heart of these wars? Well,
That's what it is. And we do what we can.
right. And I'm just gonna put this out there. We're sure it's like a literal stone, right?
A gem of a person. A gem of an experience. You've heard gems referenced as many things.
Am I remembering? Sorry, I just put it in the middle. Am I remembering correctly that there was that stone wall and
With like
it had-
reliefs for gem-shaped things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but one of them
Okay.
didn't really quite look like
Yeah.
It
was
looks like a
gem.
gear.
I'm pretty sure most of them gems, at least. Yeah, that gear looked
Well,
weird though.
I guess also to continue with that thought, it might have been slotted in something.
Well, gems are generally inset into jewelry or ornate weaponry, armor. Many things can have gems.
Gem Gems. The new brand from the maker of gems.
Here's Gem Gems. Gem Gems. And Gem Gems.
All I'm saying is my focus at this time is on reducing the harm.
Me agree, Emmy.
In particular to Mistridge, but to the areas around as well. If it happens to be related to the things, so be it. But I don't think we should so casually be running in looking for things that got our friend killed.
We go to Basin. We keep each other safe.
So, Misfits, you have a plan, you have supplies, you have a ride, should you wish to take it, with Fergoni Mar down at the docks. They told you about a river barge and that they could be found aboard. If you wish, you can make your way there now, or you can do anything else that you want around town.
What time is it?
Give me a second here.
It's been 3 days.
We've been talking so long, I'm so hungry.
It's about 11:30 in the morning. Sorry.
I think if we're gonna go to Basin, might as well leave now.
We
If
should
the man
also-
ready.
We should also find a post office.
Okay.
We should what?
We have to send Celias Manticore Spine.
Oh yeah. Mail.
Also, we might want to offload all of the rest of those. We don't want to smell like baby manticore.
We don't, we clean them.
Fair point.
Also, I would say you would have seen amongst the various services at the Riverway Guild Hall is mail by the Sapphire Couriers Guild. And it's all those standard pricing. So a bundle of letters can be sent within the Alliance for a copper, to Searwind or other exotic locales such as Mistridge for a gold. Packages can be sent for 5 silver, a medium package for a gold, and then a large package for 5 gold anywhere in the Alliance. Searwind and Mistridge can get a 15 gold flat rate for any packages.
So upon seeing the spine, is 15 gold to send the spine.
Where are you sending them?
Mistridge.
The spines to Mistridge, you
Just
could...
one.
Just
Sorry.
one?
A single manticore spine,
Yeah.
15 gold.
It's an exotic location outside of the Alliance.
Maybe we wait and see if we swing back this way.
Perhaps a letter?
Letter sounds good. Is letter cheaper?
Letter is a lot cheaper, but
Wait, how much is it?
I missed it.
maybe just the tip of the
15.
It's 15 for the package. It's a quote for a letter.
Can you stick the quill?
Nora's just like,
Brush it
around,
up.
like,
Donkey, could you break off just the tip of the spine?
Wait,
What if we did rubbing?
what's the point?
Right there.
No.
I believe we wish to inform Selias that we killed the Manticore.
Write a letter. Sorry, write a letter.
He said he want proof, but me always tell the truth, so.
He did request proof.
And honestly, we didn't kill the Manticore he wanted us to kill.
That is true. That was just the baby.
Sure, we technically kill a Manticore, but not the right one. So honestly, no point to spend money to send a spine for the thing he really wants dead.
There wasn't necessarily a right one. He said kill the Manticore. There are many Manticores, and killing the mother of the one that we already killed wouldn't necessarily resolve the issue, since, as we've kind of learned, whatever's causing the Manticore to be this far out anyway is probably the source in the basin. So, I guess we should probably go to the basin.
May
Me think there probably not much point in sending spine. Me think you're right, Grimmy, but maybe just updating to say, hey, no more baby Manticore.
Yeah, I'll write the letter.
I think that would be prudent, at least to let them know that, at the very least, one where there's one Manticore down, the one that is most likely the one that attacked, and that there's another larger one in the area that people should be mindful of. And the gnolls.
Can you ask him to tell Brannis
Tell Brandis what? Tell Brandis what?
that we killed baby Manticore? We're proud. Me
Of
wanted
course.
to know.
I'll let him know. Anything else that you want me to send message to home for? In the letter?
I think vague is probably the safest.
That good point, Tuli.
What do you mean?
Well, again, since you seem pretty concerned about the gems, any information that you put on paper is much easier to track, especially if you're then handing it off to a stranger who works for a courier service, who's then going to take it to presumably where you tell them to. But there's a lot of distance between here and there, and oftentimes mail gets misplaced.
You think it's gonna be a problem to just say we killed Manticore?
Yeah,
No,
I asked you for
but
what to tell
it
him,
does
not everything
say
that you don't
that,
want me to tell him.
Anyone who is trying to follow us, if there were anyone trying to follow us, would then know that we were near where the Manticores are, and they would also know that we were here in Orlok, because we sent the courier, and there are only certain
Do you have
places where the
someone
courier
chasing
can
you,
come from.
Julie?
No, not that I'm aware of, but just since
Actually,
you were all concerned
he
about
does.
it, it seems like, you know, something to consider. If
The Bent Iron Clan.
where I generally, I don't get into this sort of thing too often, but since we are, I would consider those things because Mr. Pantonius says that it's good to consider all perspectives in any situation.
I missed it. Did you want me to say anything?
You could tell everyone that I say hello.
Let's go with that.
And even though a letter is sent from here, we about to leave town for a little while, so that the end of me sentence.
Good sentence.
Oh, thanks, Julie.
Okay.
Period went at the end.
I just had a unrelated but kind of related one. How waterproof is the map holder?
Oh, good question.
Slightly more waterproof than the map.
That's a very accurate statement.
Does saran wrap exist in this world?
So super weirdly, yes, it's a very rare magical item.
I would go back over to the map. We're back in the fucking room.
If you want, you could have bought one of those. Easy
I would
enough
want
for
to
one
get.
silver
I would
piece.
ask if there was a waterproof.
They're water resistant. All of them,
Okay, cool. I would get a water resistant one
There
if
you
mine
go.
is not naturally
Mark off
water
one
resistant.
silver.
Excellent call.
Safer map.
Just so we don't
How much was it?
need to
One
pass
silver.
over to
I've got
Elias and let him know that we ruined his map by dipping it into the basin.
I am not going to allow anything to happen to this map.
It might not be our choice to be dipped into the depths. We are crossing a lake called Conflict Lake on a barge. That sounds like things consistently, perhaps maybe fall off of, or at a risk of falling off of.
That is a good point. I have seen people walk on water, but I don't know how to do that.
You have?
That's
Well,
a complex
with
spell.
the pirates.
They can.
Some of them.
Tuli,
Only
you
a
gotta
few,
tell me
really.
all your stories.
Well,
not
we
even
have
horse
lots of time.
Uh-huh.
Pirates. It was just 3 books. They didn't finish the series.
Are you all making your way to the docks?
Do we wish to leave now?
Me think that good idea. Everybody got everything out of the inn rooms? Don't forget anything. You got your toothbrush.
Oh, my charger!
I'm sorry. Tina, can you say that again?
I have no further business in town.
I am just asking because once we leave here, who knows, and we'll come across another merchant,
Well.
friendly person,
4 pincers.
non-goblin person.
We have 12 days worth of rations total now, or we should, unless you happen to have more than 1 day's worth.
Me being careful, don't worry.
I'm sorry that you feel a little bit more hungry than usual.
It okay. Me
We'll
used
find
to
some
it.
snacks along the way.
Me used to it. It okay.
Uh,
We adventurers now.
But that being said, we probably won't have to.
I just had a thought about poison frogs and not eating the frogs, that there might be more poisonous thing that we shouldn't be eating, and if there was a guidebook about it. And then I was going to ask Tuli if he knew about poisonous creatures and how to recognize them so we don't accidentally eat them. Excellent.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean,
We
when we
cracked
get to the
team.
creatures, we'll see how much you know about them. But yeah, you know all about this.
I know about creatures.
Are you in a circle of truth?
I'm always in a circle of truth.
So after double checking to make sure all of your charges are unplugged, you leave this very nice inn and you make your way back to the docks. Finding yourselves there shortly after noon, you see the short little goblin captain Fergoni Mar setting up little charms off of what is a very simple river barge. It is a 60-foot long, flat, sort of series of rafts lashed together. Upon them sit several barrels, boxes, chests. You can see there is like a whole bookcase, freshly polished and ready to go to some new owner in this goblin, Fort Pincers, perhaps. And currently, this goblin is like attaching all sorts of like little goblin charms onto the main mast, onto the sides of this boat. But they see you approaching, and they just wave a little goblin hand, and they say, "Hey, have you all decided what you want to do yet?"
We're going to the basin. Can you take us?
Of course, I'd be happy to take all of you. Are we going today?
As soon as you're ready, please.
I mean, I'm ready now. I'm happy to go.
Then let's go.
We ready too.
You all will take most of the space that I was still trying to sell for cargo, and it'll be really helpful having you aboard so that stuff doesn't fall off quite as much.
So we were talking, and it seems like you plan on taking us across, Conflict Lake?
Well, I mean, I don't really plan on it. It's just going to happen.
So, when was the last time that you had, crossed that area?
Oh, I'd say about 20 days or so ago.
Oh, that's a long time ago, relatively speaking. A lot seems to have happened around there.
Always is.
Do you feel comfortable dealing with inter-goblin clan conflict?
They look at you. They look over at Grimgob and Tonki, and they go, in Goblin, they just go, this fucking guy. And then he turns to you and he says, as a goblin, I imagine I'll do okay. And the fact that you're hiring me really speaks to your intelligence, as without me, I imagine you'd probably get robbed blind by the ranges of the river, not even get really out to the lake itself. Do I feel confident dealing with conflict on the lake? Yes, I think I can manage.
Come along, Tuli. Onto the barge.
Didn't mean to insult your skill, just more the danger of water vessels in the middle of conflict.
I'm sorry. I'm a river captain. This is what I do. I've traversed the Noose over 100 times. I don't know what you think you're going to teach me about traveling aboard dangerous situations, but typically I do this stretch myself. I have no problem with any of the robbers. I have no...
Excuse me. And in Goblin, she's gonna be like, he has childlike wonder. Just let him be. He didn't mean any harm.
Very persuasion.
I say in Goblin to help this fucking guy, right?
At that, Ralph's face kind of twitches as she tries not to laugh.
Double fours. So
Wait, do you understand?
for a total of 6.
Of 6.
Sixties.
He looks around at all of you and he says, you know what? It's not even worth it. You're right. Fuck this guy. So I'd be happy to take... He switches back to common. I'd be happy to take all of you if you'd like to get aboard now, then.
Captain, sir, as Tonki and I are probably the heaviest, would it be better if we're towards the center of the boat?
That would be ideal, yeah. But most of the cargo is towards the center of the boat, so just sort of make your way around it. Okay. And sleeping will be especially challenging, I imagine.
Tonki's gonna be actively and consistently using her thing that lets her vibe check whether things can hold her weight.
You vibe check, and just barely. You imagine, should this craft take damage, it will be very hard to maintain your balance.
Call on those potions of water breathing.
All right. And as we walk on, Tonki's gonna clap a meaty hand on Tuli's shoulder and checking to see that they're out of earshot of our friend.
Goes up, starts untying things.
Yeah. She's gonna say, "He really mean. Me thought maybe telling him in Goblin to be nice would help, but he's sorry he's so mean to you, Tuli. Me know you sail with pirates."
I don't take offense very easily. I'm sure that he's had his reasons.
Me not like him, Tuli. Me thought you should know. Clap.
Till you almost get knocked off the boat with that. But before too long, they're able to undo the moorings, and with all of their goblin might, and this barely starts the craft moving, they push this away from the docks, and you begin to sail. As you travel out of the stones, the stone buildings of Urlock fade behind you. The barge drifts out and into the slow, winding body of the lower Arcus River. The river widens and narrows again. As you travel here, the surface becomes kind of thick with drifting pollen, long skeins of moss. The air is heavy and warm, and it gets hotter and hotter as you travel out the city proper. And you can smell kind of wafting in from the jungle as it closes in on all sides around this river proper, the smell of wet earth. As you progress along this river, Fagoni Mar starts talking to all of you, and I would say just sort of says, so whereabouts are you headed exactly? I mean, do you want to go all the way to the fort?
At this point, yes, I think the fort is our destination.
Okay. Just straight along the river, then?
Yes, please.
Very well. Do you know the basin terribly well?
Not as well as I would like, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, we should probably do a bit of planning then.
I would love that.
Could everybody gather around, please? You'll kind of gather up, and like when you first gather, the boat like kind of turns, and Tonki, you especially have to kind of find the right place to stand for all of you to gather and have it be comfortable.
As we start to gather up, Grimmy's going to whisper to Emmy,
Hey, should we tell him, ask him what he knows about the sickness, see if he has any leads for us?
as we start to gather up.
Grab something for myself here.
Oh.
He'll probably know the basin better than, well, any of us at the moment.
Probably not a bad idea, as
Oh,
well
no.
as the status of the crack. Situation?
What was it?
The status of the crackle slash situation?
So you kind of all gather around. He has a bag that he kind of puts down next to a crate that he drags over. It's like an empty crate, but for this goblin, it's like pretty heavy, so it takes a second. But he kicks it into place, puts his bag down on top of it, and he says, "All right, look. You've all chartered aboard my craft, humble though it may be, and so I think it's fair for you to all understand what you're walking into. The trip down to the lake itself should be pretty uneventful. There is a group of bandits that call themselves the Rangers of the River, but we're tight, we're boys, you know. They're goblins, I'm goblins, so I think probably we could just go straight through. I could get through paying the goblin toll, 25 gold. I think probably you're going to have to pay the toll too. I can convince them to give you the goblin rate, just because it will be hard to hide you.
I am a goblin.
Right, so for the goblin rate, and I just think it would be sort of hard to hide you. You could get the goblin rate as well, but I think we just put you in a box and just save 25 gold.
Sure.
And probably the rest of you as well.
We
Wait,
can carry a box.
do I know what the goblin rate is?
The goblin what?
Rate? Like he
The
said.
goblin rate?
Yeah, what is he
Family
talking
discount.
about? Is this like a toll?
Yes, that's what he's talking about. There's a group of bandits that call themselves the Rangers of the River, and
Protection money.
it is protection.
And it's rate for every.
Per
It's
head.
25 gold per person.
Per goblin.
Per goblin.
Yes.
What about for non-goblins?
He hasn't said.
More.
Yeah.
What's the rate for non-goblins?
Oh, that's 50 gold, so
Oh, okay.
that's why I imagine you all don't want to pay that.
No,
Yeah.
I
Not
can't
ideal.
pay that.
No, exactly. So, hiding you would be good. And if they find you, then unfortunately, you're stowaways. And I've never met you before in my life.
Who are you?
But
Yeah,
you have
thank
met
you.
us.
Oh, so there's something called a lie, and that's what we're going to tell here.
Me gonna keep me mouth shut then, cause me not lie.
That's fine.
From what Nora knows of how rope trick works,
Sure.
if we were to use rope trick to hide, and the
Then
rope
boat
is like,
moves.
and like part
Put
of
it up
Okay.
like on the mast or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Great. Okay. But if the boat keeps moving,
That would be more difficult.
if we attach one end of the rope to the boat,
I have to look. I don't think that works that way,
Okay.
unfortunately. Yeah.
that if Nora knew that
That's
it
a
would
good
work
idea.
that way, Nora would do that.
It's like
Yeah.
trailing
Do it
like
inside
a
of a box,
balloon.
that's
We get
That
out and we're
could work.
parasailing.
If we had a big enough box, but I don't think there is
Grab
a
the
big
rope,
enough
grab
box.
the rope.
Is there a space on the boat?
Is there a space on the boat that maybe would fit us?
Would a visual perspective be helpful?
Yes, it would
Do you
be
have
wonderful.
a boat?
Why, thank you for this visual perspective of your boat, Captain Mar.
There is one boat that's been used
It's a
in so
raft.
many
Yeah,
capacities, but yeah,
imagine-
this might be more. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I
I
have
said
3 of these
long
that
raft.
link up.
Oh no!
Ah,
Yes.
I
Oh
remember
no!
them.
There's no
Yes.
under. There's no underboat.
No underboat.
No, this is a river raft.
Yes.
So
Damn.
You did use those words, and yet I imagined a ship.
I-
This is exactly what I was.
I imagined like a. Like,
These exact things.
I imagined a raft with like a little bit of like a hollow section for some
Honestly.
smuggled goods, but nope, we're
I was
literal
honestly
raft.
expecting
There's
just the
And
one.
is it
I
just the
was
captain?
also-
Like he has no. It's just him. There's no crew. or
Just
anything?
him.
I'm
He is
pleasantly
just
surprised
raw
that we
dog.
had more space than I was anticipating.
So
Which is
he,
why
we're
him getting all
space
bent
rich
out
right
of
now.
shape about
He-
like I'm a captain and stuff is just so silly.
What if we-
says, so I mean, it would take us probably the better part of a day before we actually get to this point. And once we get to the part where it becomes more of like a little bit of a canyon coming over the river, that's when you'll want to hide. It's very tricky terrain. It's going to take me a second to get the whole barge through. But once we get through there, it's pretty much straight and clear to the Lake of Conflict. And then there, all we have to worry about is a naval warfare. There's good fishing there, too.
Can you outrun the naval warships?
Oh, certainly not on this. But most of the groups here I have pretty good connections with, and I think we'll be okay. We mostly need to worry about the unaffiliated goblins.
In the toll section of the river, what's the wildlife like?
I mean, when you say wildlife, do you mean like the little critters? Like I've seen beavers. I've seen sort of like smaller rodents and fish and things like
Oh,
that.
those are cute.
Yeah.
Bigger things?
Oh, like blood leeches, giant blood leeches.
Yeah.
They're about 8 feet long.
Oh, they're there, though.
Yeah, they can exsanguinate a goblin in like maybe an hour.
At the tollway specifically.
Oh no, at the tollway.
Yeah.
No, the rangers of the river. I mean, that's part of what they do is they do keep it clear of like some of the dangerous stuff.
So if maybe we were to swim or just hold on to the bottom of the raft.
They've got a watchtower. I mean, they'll see you.
Underneath the raft?
No, but I mean, right where you go by. I mean, you could underneath the raft.
Yes.
You could try that, I guess. Once you drown.
No.
I mean, as long as I get paid, I guess.
Nora
Granny,
just looks
What
at
exsanguinate mean? Do we need to be worried?
So once we get to the lake, most of what we'll have to do is negotiate with pirates. There are, I mean, sort of what I think you're intimating is that there's creatures that are less than friendly there. Large serpents and fish and things of that nature. Some infernal things as well, I hear. But the lake isn't really the problem. I still consider that smooth sailing most of the time. It's once we hit the river proper in the deltas, that's where things get tricky. And if you mean to go to Fort Pincers, there's 2 ways that you can go, you should know. You could, when we get to the New Stones, just diverge a little bit towards the coast, and we could go through the Carrion Rookery. We'd need to deal with the Rotfang Scourge. I'm not on friendly terms with them, so you would need to do a lot of the talking with your fists. And also we'd have to deal with the birds that are large enough to carry goblins away. They're mostly made of bone, and they don't have a whole lot of meat on them. When they do have meat, and it's usually rotten, so sort of a dangerous place to go through. Not a lot of food to find either. And once we beat the Rotfang Scourge, we can make our way through all of the mire to Fort Pincers.
Are the birds alive?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, not anymore.
Undead birds.
Yeah, that's the word. I always say re-dead, but that's not quite right. That is a bit of a longer trip because you do need to, once you get to the rookery, make your way on foot through the marsh. But if you want to stay aboard the boat, we could just take the Central River. We would need to deal with the Mireclaw Pact. They patrol that region, but I am on friendlier terms with them. So I think probably they'll just make us help them out a little bit with stuff coming out of the Bubbling Bog. And then all we need to do is go down the river, past the Drowned Bell Tower, not get enchanted by the ringing sounds that drown people beneath the waves. And we could just make our way straight to the Muddy Estate if you want to.
I see why your parents moved.
We haven't even talked about the dangerous parts yet.
Oh.
Well, that's not what made them move.
An insight check, because he keeps reporting out on how good he is,
Make an insight
how
check.
good friends he is with
Yeah.
various tribes. I have advantage. Is that cocked? That looks cocked.
It is cocked.
Nice. 15?
He seems like what he's saying is true. He seems to have certain allegiances, and he's making them known. You and Grimmy, especially being goblins, are people who like this. Most goblins are pretty open about where their allegiances lie because it's such a central part of goblin culture in this part of the world.
Cool.
And as he says, he hasn't even talked about the dangerous parts yet. He says, I mean, if you want to really take a divergence, we could go down to the Weeping Archive. There's all kinds of treasure buried in there, I imagine. But most of the people who go in don't come out. And those who do don't have their eyes, you know. So I would maybe recommend against it. We could also go to Spore Marsh, although I'm not really partial to the area myself, but there's an easy way to return through a reverse current, and so sometimes I'll chance it. But the creepy goblins are there.
I
The
just wanted
verdants.
to go more down.
Yeah, verdant coil.
Missing eyes, like gouged out, just hollow.
Oh, I haven't seen them myself. I don't stick around there. That's terrible. But no, I hear that they're just popped right out.
Oh. Tonki's like, please.
Why do you think that is?
We're not going.
I mean, it's just a ruined library. Well, they're going in there and somebody's just popping them all out.
Please stop talking about
Is
pop
that-
eyes.
One of the
Does that sound
Pale
like
Nuns
something
did mention that I would read my eyes
that I
out.
would know about?
I don't-
Logically, like an eye
Make
steal
a,
or something?
make a history.
Some sort of-
Eyes, the famous eye
I
stealer.
don't know.
Read their eyes out.
Creatures
They
go
rip
after.
their eyes out.
There's power in eyes.
No, that's certainly true.
Well, I think
Natural
that could
20.
be information.
I don't want to read my eyes out.
There is nothing natural
eyeball
that this
eater.
speaks to. There is nothing that they're talking about. First of all, there are some creatures that specifically will eat eyes first because they're protein rich and they're easy to take out and they decay very quickly and there's a lot of fat to them. And so, but usually those are creatures that kill and then eat. For people to return with their eyes missing speaks of a lot more like intentionality. There is almost certainly something powerful and arcane and perhaps something that wants to remain unseen.
Oh. Tooley's just gonna say, and nothing more.
But anyways, my intention was to take the primary river down to the muddy estate and then maybe take a sinking causeway all the way with my wares.
Be happy with literally any plan that do not involve losing eyes.
I mean, I can't promise anything. There's all kinds of little branches that come out along the way.
You
branches?
mentioned
Does that add to my theory? It's the branch, the branchy eye stealer.
you mentioned was it the Claw clan that
No one's ever
The
seen.
Myclaw Pact, yeah.
pact, excuse me, would request us to help them with something out of the bogs?
Yeah.
Does that mean like hitting back creatures, returning something, miscellaneous adventure?
Yeah, it probably means either there's dangerous creatures coming out of the bubbling bog, or there's dead bodies eaten by the dangerous creatures, reanimated by the forces that dwell within the bubbling bog. Or it could be problems with poisonous gases seeping across into the territory. You never really know with them.
Oh.
All right. So though, how is it every time? Sometimes.
I mean, they usually want help with something. Almost always they want help with something.
Okay. So, are we looking at like a day, 2 days?
I couldn't tell you. I don't imagine we'll have to deviate from where we're going, but we'll need to do something along the way. And whatever we need to pick up, if anything at all, I can just bring back on my way.
And how long? How many days until we get to?
I mean, are we just taking the Central River?
I would vote Central River. I don't love the idea of undead birds. I also don't love the idea of losing eyes. So, Central River sounds fine.
I mean, as long as... Can any of you sail? Are any of you proficient in water vehicles?
Not this campaign.
Only land vehicles. No.
All right, well, we'll need to stop at night so that I can sleep, because I certainly don't trust any of you with my craft. I imagine with the stops and everything, it'll probably take about 4 days.
Okay.
It's a little faster to go by river than over land because the current takes you. You don't need to rest as much. And there are parts that go pretty fast.
Like, need to be tied down fast?
Oh, yes, certainly. When we get to the new stones, I'm going to need everybody's help.
You good at helping.
Oh, good.
Great. I feel like I should have questions, but I feel a little overwhelmed by information in the moment.
It's a lot of information. And so mist begins to gather along the river's surface, clinging low to this area. Even as the heat increases, it doesn't burn off, and that gives you a little bit of shelter from the sun. As you continue to travel, you can hear birds calling out in the distance, the cacaw of sort of monkeys. There's a word that's not cacaw, but I forgot it. There's you can hear the sound of things splashing in the river just around the bend as like toads and other creatures sort of live here. This is an alive river, certainly, and it widens as you go till eventually you reach a point where there is no canopy overhead. You just have the sky above. Through this day, the lower Arcus carries you deeper into the woods. The sun grows pretty hot overhead right around noon, and you can see from time to time there are bits of broken and jagged stone, not always in similar styles, sometimes from different kind of maybe backgrounds or cultures that just jut out from the banks. You can hear chittering insects, but eventually you do begin to come to a place where the banks begin to slope up and become much more stony. You can see ahead of you places where they rise up and up, almost 20 feet tall, and really you are now traversing through a part of the river that is kind of carving its own canyon. As you're kind of traveling down this region, is there anything that you are all doing over this first part of the day?
I think Ralph would be trying to, hearing that we're going to have to hide, would like to try to find a hiding spot, though she does enjoy the idea that Nora had of going underneath, because that seems to be the most unexpected. But first she would like to see if there's any like good, reasonable hiding places for people of our size.
Make an investigation check.
Please.
That dice had good action on it. I could see it all the way from here.
Yeah.
Knocked over a pen, I think.
It did. 21.
Ooh.
Nice.
With a 21, Ralph, you, as like Fergoni is talking about all this stuff, you're kind of looking around and you notice something. Aside from this bookcase, everything else here is either a barrel or a crate that when you kind of peek inside contains a number of bottles. You are accompanying a huge shipment of alcohol. Every single thing that you can see on that barge is either, you can see little bottles of rum, you can see just huge bottles of beer. This is a tremendous amount of alcohol. As such, within these boxes, there isn't really anywhere to hide. In a pinch, you could like dump out half of these barrels and put yourself like almost drowning within some beer, like your mouth's just up at the top breathing. But aside from that, you're going to need to sort of just see what the situation is and take advantage of your cover as best you can, unless you create your own.
Realizing this, I was also going to turn towards the captain and be like, are all these going to the same place?
Yeah, no, these are all going to Fort Pincers.
Are they having a meeting?
Not a meeting, just sort of a party, I suppose. Oh, there is a party. I wasn't sure if you had heard that, and then it kind of all makes sense. You must have heard that. It's hard. It's really hard keeping track of.
It's
so
all
much
back to the beginning.
Like what
No, it's just very funny.
Chat.
And I think, I think after investigating the barrels, Ralph would turn to Nora and just be like, I think your idea might be best unless someone knows how to mysteriously construct a new set of barrels before we get there.
I'm gonna minor illusion a box around myself.
How good is this illusion?
It's decent. You imagine that under close scrutiny, it could probably be with an investigation check seen through, but just like amongst the other boxes, it's a very good disguise.
All right, Tuli, maybe between a few, just so you're not like front and center.
Oh,
But
well-
I think that would work.
I can only do it for me, though.
Well, yes, but
Me very good at using me carpenter's tools. Me have proficiency and advantage. Me could. And she looks around like to see, is there any like scrap wood lying around?
No.
She looks around and she goes, if you find me some wood, me can build boxes.
Anybody can make a survival check to try to scrounge driftwood out of the river. It will take a real high check to get enough to make.
Fuck it, we ball.
I'm gonna make the roll.
Fuck it, we
just
ball.
in
Let's
case.
go. What was it? Investigation.
Yeah. So you look over, you see for the first 30 minutes, Taki hands and knees on the
21.
front of the craft. The whole front of the craft noticeably dipping into the water
She's
as Taki
slaying
gathers
as
like
best she
a
can.
handful of sticks, which are like good like walking sticks for most people, but not going to make anything that could hide Taki.
21.
With the 21, you do see here and there are just floating entire like hunks of trees that have just kind of fallen into the river, and you can pull just large pieces of wood. You will probably
How much do they weigh?
a good amount, probably close to between 10 and 20 pounds per. But you can haul these out of the water, and I would say
I would be like, Tonki, look at those pieces.
Oh!
And I would point out all the big chunks.
you
Tonki's-
have about an hour to put something together.
Oh, I somehow was under the impression it was farther away. Does Tonki think she can build a box in an hour?
It would be bordering on a miracle, but like, could you? Yes.
Do you
Okay.
have hammer and nails?
I actually do, but she's not.
You
gonna
have a
risk it.
plane.
I have carpenter's
Nora
tools.
pulls out like one of the her potion of water breathing and just kind of shakes it a little bit. It's like,
Or we could just hide under the boat.
How wide is the river here?
The river here in places, well, most of the river that you're on now has widened pretty significantly, so it's close to like 120 feet wide, and places even wider, even to where these kind of canyon walls go up. This is a pretty wide body of water.
I would like to be tied to the boat if I'm going to be underneath it in some way.
Oh,
We think we
the armor's pretty
probably
heavy.
should stay
Yeah.
on boat, right? She's asking the
I'm just going to be serious. I think probably you should just pay the toll. You're very large.
Yeah, that's what me saying.
Yeah.
And then plus, if they'll be less likely to look for stowaways if there's somebody just sitting there.
And you can stand in front of me, and I can pretend to be a barrel.
That's pretty good.
Do you think that we can arrange some of these crates and then just hide, like, within the spaces between the crates?
Yeah, you can sure try. I mean, I just please don't lose any of my stuff. But as long as you're not going to drop it overboard, yeah.
There's enough space. So I want to try to start doing that. Like, there's not spaces in the crates, but I want to just make a crate fort, essentially.
Okay.
That's...
If
I would
Tonki sees you
stack
doing that,
them
she would help you.
strategically
If
so
you
that there's
pointed
a
to her
limited
out to her
space.
like what to lift and where to put it, she could do the heavy
Yeah.
lifting.
And I can make anything weigh half as much. So
So that makes it much easier.
I'll be
I would
doing
say.
that, yeah, as we move stuff around.
Go ahead and make a survival check.
how good are you at building
And I would say
box
make
forts?
this at advantage with all of the help that you were getting.
Thanks, guys, for all the help. Is it gonna help?
Or if you want,
Natural 20!
Look at that
Oh,
gosh
true.
darn box
I've made
fort.
so many forts
if
in my
I
life.
just hugged Grimgob, could we hide in the same barrel?
I love that idea. I don't think so,
Two
unfortunately.
guys, one barrel.
I mean, I can just hug his legs, right? I'm just
No,
in the
you
illusion.
you will be sorry, in the same barrel as in like in one physical barrel or like
no,
illusional
like
barrel?
within the illusion
Within
of the
the
barrel.
illusion.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
like,
I just thought you were like,
hug
it's
it.
time to go dunk right in there.
Certainly.
I also thought.
You take all of these things, and with help from Tonki and lightening things up, you are able to kind of gather them in such a way towards the mast. You use the sail of the mast almost as like a fabric wall. You gather things around towards the center to make sure that this isn't going to tip the boat in one direction or the other. That's the real trick here. It's easy enough to gather these things and put them in a place that gives you spaces to hide, but to do it in a way that balances the weight and doesn't cause additional problems is really tricky. But weight is the name of the game for you, Grimgob. You know all about adjusting densities, and you do so to create the perfect fort that will fit all of you,
Oh,
Even me?
even Tonki.
it's a masterpiece. We should name this one. What do you guys think?
You call it Grimmy's Grotto.
I think Grim gets to name it. Actually, no, Tonki did help a lot. Grimmy's Grotto?
I like Grimmy's Grotto.
Alright. Oh,
Okay, you have created Fort Grimmy's Grotto.
Make structural columns inside. That's impressive.
It's got like Minecraft.
How is there a couch here?
Flying buttresses?
And you can see, like, as you put the finishing touches on this, the doorbell is installed. I have a great story to tell you guys later. You can see ahead of you, there looms a place where the canyon walls pinch together like a finger and thumb overhead. You can see a place where the barge will just barely squeeze through. This is a formation of just towering gray stone, and ahead of this, there is a sort of large, flat platform of stone, and there is a very goblin-looking watchtower that is kind of erected up there. And kind of running over and then leaning into your little fort, kind of pulling aside the tarp that covers it, Captain Marr says, Okay, listen to me, bits and gits. Up ahead is the hideout for the rangers of the river. They're going to probably try to inspect the boat, so just stay as quiet as you can. Tonky and I could deal with it, or are you going to stay in here?
Well, me really not good at staying quiet, so I think it might be better if I stay outside. Because me could take me armor off, but then me not have me armor on if we do get discovered. So me know it expensive, but me think it may be worth it. Me have some gold.
As long as you're paying for it, because my gold is like this river. It sort of only flows one way.
Me have actually enough gold to cover the goblin rate, and that okay. Me not need money.
All right.
Do they inspect with only their eyes and senses, or do they also, stab?
Yeah, no, these are like goblins. They're not uncivilized, all right? We have all the same capabilities that you do.
I mean, I've heard stories of them, of people getting, stabbed while they're stowaways because they stab into merchandise.
These guys are my friends. They're not trying to screw me over, and this is all alcohol. If they stab it, it leaks out. And they're not trying to fuck around with Queen Gabranja. So, I mean, I think we'll be okay.
Okay. I just wanted to know
Gabranja.
if I should expect that.
No.
Okay.
Do I recognize that name?
Yeah, oh, certainly. Queen Gabranja. Gabranja, give me 1 second here.
Queen
is
Gabranja.
the matriarch of the Gobclank clan. She is the winner of the Sister War. Gabranja, Sister Killer Gobclank, is the leader of the entirety of Fort Pincers.
I thought it was the Crackle Slash.
The Crackle Slash clan was the group that got absorbed into the Gobclankers.
Oh. Gotta keep up.
Very technically, they are now part of Clan Gobclanker, but not a single one of the Crackle Slashes has changed their name, and that's pretty contentious also.
So it's like Ireland and Northern Ireland?
Very much like Ireland and Northern Ireland. That is sort of where a lot of I was watching Gary Girls, and a lot of the inspiration came from that. Yeah. I wrote that part of this maybe I don't know, probably 7 years ago.
Tonki's gonna be like, okay, we get our story straight. Me not like to lie, so we just say, you met me in Urlock. Me come along to protect you because me want adventure. All those things true.
He switches to Goblin and he's like, how about you just let me talk? And they're probably not going to ask you any questions. Can I be totally honest with you? Just speak common because you sound dumb as a brick. And that's going to work for us because they don't know that you speak Goblin. They're going to think that you're just along for the ride. That's all I'm going to tell them. And I'm going to tell them that, your family or something, and we'll get you the right.
Okay. But if they ask me questions, I might not know how to answer them.
Oh, that's okay. If they ask you questions, I've really screwed the pooch at that point. Yeah, this is sort of on me.
Okay, if you
Trust
say
me,
so.
I know these guys. We go way back.
No, I get it. I get it.
lying,
I'm just,
isn't he?
okay.
Make an insight check.
Well, he's speaking in Goblin right now.
Yeah.
I would say you can still make an insight check at disadvantage as you don't understand it. Make an insight check if you wish.
Oh, well,
I kind of already made one, so is this another one?
Go ahead.
I would say Ralph would look over to Tonky and be like, Tonky, worst case scenario, you can pull from the party funds if you can't get the goblin raids.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I got a 6. Yes.
Still in the truth?
Hey,
And
these-
I'm pretty good at knowing about friends. That's a 19.
He seems like he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, in case they discover us and then we have to fight your friends, how upset would you be if we had to, fight them?
I mean, not terribly, honestly. I do still have to pay 25 gold every time I go, so they're, that kind of friend.
Gotcha.
Acquaintances.
Yeah. They not sound like very good friends.
They're
So they
work
keep the
friends.
riverways
Team
safe
workers.
from
I mean, yeah.
non-goblins?
Yeah, absolutely. There's
Okay.
nothing that really happens in this immediate vicinity outside of them. So as long as you're on neutral or good terms with them, you're pretty much fine. And to be honest, I sort of appreciate that about them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, River Iftarani is sort of a quirky individual, but like I said, I'll handle the talking. It'll be fine. Okay?
If you say so.
You sail closer. You all take shelter within this box fort. And you can see as you get closer, Tonki, you and him just kind of like take up a position a little bit forwards. You look out and you can see there is a rope that goes across the river. And sure enough, there is a figure that is kind of like beckoning on the far kind of stone platform ahead of where this watchtower is. 1 second here. Are you doing anything as you kind of float towards there?
I think she's just gonna follow his lead, I guess.
I've got my minor illusion up of barrel.
Within our little box fort.
Yeah. Doubly.
The barrel
protected.
in a barrel in a barrel.
I'm part of the
trick
wall of
within a trick.
protection.
Very
I'm
good.
The reconnaissance.
Very good.
Are you the door?
They gotta get through me.
The doorman.
Literally.
You see this goblin who's just kind of like bopping around and tightening up the barrels and sort of making a show of doing riverboat captain things. He's sort of stopping this, and he seems to be very focused on this person ahead. And then he turns to you, Tonki, and in Goblin he says, I don't think that's Ronnie. Because he's about 2 feet taller than he should be.
Uh-oh.
I think something's up.
Okay. What the play?
I mean, they're beckoning us in. So I think what we do, I'm going to go tell your friends that we're just going to go in, and when we get close, if they try anything funny, we just surprise them. Take them in an ambush.
Me love surprises.
Okay, but just stay here for 1 minute.
Yeah, me not do anything.
Four of
don't
us in
worry.
a barrel.
Runs over.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Sort of like harp flies up, and the captain sticks his face in. Big, wide football goblin face. And he says, all right, so listen. Remember how I said I was friends with these people?
Yeah.
These people aren't here.
Oh.
I think it's just some other guy, but it's just one of them. So, I mean, probably like, a dangerous traveler. I don't know.
Mage armor.
There's this kind
Are
of
you
glow.
not worried if it's just one guy?
No, I'm
Says the
much
girl.
more worried than I was before, to be honest. But I think because it's just one guy, what we're going to do is Tonki and I are going to try to just go through like before he's beckoning us on. And if anything happens, then you all just ambush him.
But if it's just one guy, maybe they're ambushing us.
But it's just one guy.
But
Can
maybe
I-
there's more guys that you can't see.
Can I look around
Make a
while he's
perception check.
talking?
He looks at you and he goes, I don't think so, but give me 1 moment. And he runs out. And as he runs up to join you, he goes, has anything changed? And he takes out a little spyglass. It's so small because it's for a goblin.
Tiny spyglass.
And he
19.
looks.
Enter
19.
chopstick.
You look with a 19. He looks with a 21.
Damn. What do your
Aw.
goblin eyes see?
And he looks around and he goes, oh, fuck. And you can see there is just this one guy. But there are little shapes that at first look almost like just bits of debris kind of scattered around this watchtower, but they're not. They are somewhat decomposed bodies. Just fabric kind of melted into the stone with the sun. And you also see, with that 19, in the watchtower, there is a lone small figure, almost goblin-sized, but they have wings. And all along their body, even at this distance, you can see little spines kind of emerging, almost like a porcupine. You can see they are gazing intently down at the sort of general direction that you're coming from. And all around the elements of stone, there is what looks like kind of mud and almost moss that has merged into like little clumps around the rocks. But as they bubble and shift, I would say, Tonki, you're pretty sure, and it's confirmed as this captain says, there's something in there. That there is, in fact, a sentient creature that lurks in each of 4 of these patches of oily mud. Not mud. This is just melted flesh that forms these mud-like puddles at the top of the water.
Can I pretend like I'm going about boat stuff to get me back to where the friends are, and as I'm pretending to go about boat stuff, just report what I saw?
You sure can. The captain joins you for this. So suddenly, the blanket goes up for a 3rd time, and now Tonki and this goblin both kind of push their head, really filling the space. And the goblin, do you talk?
I think she would leave it to the goblin if he's there.
Are we definitely fighting or maybe fighting?
I mean, it seems like we're probably going to fight. It's pretty gross.
Oh, no.
Do any of you know what this might be?
Can we
I guess we'll all take a look.
Might be?
You just see
What
a
kind
bunch
of-
of heads pop up from a board through the
I just walk out at this point because
Okay.
I feel like the
might-
jig is
might
up.
as well,
So
yeah.
Nora
I
used
take a look.
Periscope that
You
with a
are-
natural
I mean,
20
I'm
is
still
definitely
a
there.
barrel, so I can just look.
What?
Everybody but Tuli, or Emmy?
I can
I'm gonna
still
stay hidden
look.
for
right?
now.
Okay. So, Emmy, you stay hidden. Tuli, you maintain your barrel
But I
form.
can still look.
You can still look.
Barrel
So the way that an illusion works, if it properly maintains like an illusion, is that you can't look through it.
Oh, I thought I could
Because-
see through it because I knew it was an illusion.
No, like you
Give it
can
two
you can
little
see
eyes.
through the fact that it's an illusion, but you can't see through it like physically.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Then I would
you can see
drop
through
it.
the illusion.
Then I would drop the
You can't
illusion. It's
see
a cantrip
through the
anyway.
illusion.
Anyway, I
You
can
can
put it
just-
right back up. Yeah.
Or can you see through the illusion?
I thought it was like
I think
Oh,
I
from the
actually
metaphysical
thought that too.
sense,
It's actually
like,
kind of
yeah.
it's actually very weird working. wording that
reverse
you're
mirrors.
Yeah.
or-
But no matter.
Yeah, okay.
All of you can behold this. You can walk out. For some of you, you might expect something to happen, but as you one by one make your way up, kind of careful of the weight, ahead of you there is just this single figure that beckons you. There is a hood over their face so you cannot see, but it does look like a fleshy hand that waves you in. You are probably 100 feet away from this rope line that will stop the craft. And there are places where the stones kind of come down to meet this. He doesn't seem to be moving anywhere.
Does this seem like the thing that could potentially not want to be seen by taking people's eyes?
Maybe.
So I'm beholding it. Is there a check to identify it of any
it-
sort?
Yeah, do we know like
This
about the
thing, I would say make a religion
Ooh,
or arcana or nature check, your choice, and each will give you a different bit of information.
I'll make it any arcane symbols
Did-
around that I can
did he
see?
point out
that you can
the
Okay, because that would give me
figure
my
in the
thing.
tower and the other things that we can see, or is it just this
Was-
beckoning?
Would a visual perspective be helpful?
Yeah.
Nature religion.
Okay.
Arcana nature
nice.
religion or Arcana history religion?
Arcana,
Arcana,
nature,
nature,
or
religion.
religion.
If it's Arcana, do I get my thing?
If it is arcana, do you get your thing? You do.
Woo!
I think I get advantage on this.
Oh, a good number. Arcana 24.
Nice.
that's
I
good
got
numbies.
nature 24.
Whoa, also good numbies. Anybody else get good numbies?
Nora's scared.
Depends.
I got it.
Do I get my thing on this?
What?
Knowledge of a religious order? I don't.
do not.
It's got some
Yeah,
cool
natural
things.
one. It was a natural 1 and a 19. I'm like, well, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
Oh, the dichotomy of dice.
Oh wow.
The religious order
And
of the
then
fleshy
that
head.
last one is still off the map.
Okay.
So exactly what you see is what you get. You can see these kind of clumps of almost kelp or bits of moss that have kind of sloughed off. And I'll pull this up on our battle cam as well. You can see there are like bits of floating debris and fallen bits of like leaves. There are the places where these two stone things kind of pinch together to form a very tight channel. And then you can see like already Captain Marr was kind of turning this craft because there's really only one way that you can sneak through this channel. The creature that is in the watchtower is depicted right there. Oh, the guy must have fallen off.
Oh,
So it's the guy. Oh, the guy is here.
He's wearing a brown robe.
Oh, he drowned.
Oh, because here's the flying boy, but that's you meant.
I think he's up here or
He fell
on
off
one
while I
of
was carrying
these.
it over, so I'll just put this guy here. But
You,
imagine,
you said there's a rope.
just a gentleman. Yeah, and it just goes straight across right here.
What's the rope made out of? Is it a steel chain or like a brown rope?
Very thickly wound and braided, like the kind of rope that you would find on a ship. But it's just fiber rope.
Okay.
That rope can deal some damage.
Okay.
So,
24 Arcana check.
With a 24, you look at this creature, and the hand that beckons, though it does look fleshy at first, is not the kind of flesh that you would expect. It's melting. And you can actually see that it is not a man that stands there. Maybe walk all the way there for no reason.
Oh,
Is it ooze?
A creature that you have heard referred to as a lemur.
Oh.
I say it out loud. A lemur. What do I know about lemurs?
These are some of the lowest level of devil. They are typically freshly converted mortal souls. They have almost no capabilities. They're really used as cannon fodder in the Blood Wars.
Okay. I say to the group, a lemur. It's a lesser devil, and I shoot a firebolt at the rope.
Okay.
What at the rope?
Oh, no.
A
Firebolt.
Oh, bolt.
So
where'd you get that?
I'm trying to cut the rope.
Did you level?
as you do this, as you hold up your hand and fire appears on either side of the boat in the slick, almost mud oozes. A hand emerges and another emerges
Gross.
as lemurs begin to crawl up, and from the water, from either side, two massive animated chains burst forth, and then a third.
Oh no.
And as this infernal ambush meets your own aquatic assault, because it is 10 p.m., and a perfect place to stop for the evening, this is where we're going to end for the night. But next week, when we begin, we will start by rolling for initiative as you try to run past the former Rangers of the River's base.
Damn.
But thank you for joining us for this session of A Tale of 12 Gems. We will be back next week. Whatever you do, please stay safe. It is wild out there. We'll see you.
Bye.